Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Boxing Coalition. My name is Cam. Joining me tonight, Leon, MV Chu, Kev Horn, and the man himself, the man who this episode is named after, my brother Kimo. Kimo, how you doing, man?
Oh, it feels good to be back, bro. It's been a fucking while, man. A lot has happened.
I was actually thinking, I was trying to think when's the last time you were on, and I don't think we've had a special since you were back in Europe visiting your family. I don't think, when you were doing the Monday shows.
Yeah. I think that might have been it, actually, man. Dude, a lot of shit has happened, man. Even fucking Mayweather retired while I was gone. So,
good riddance.
Shit, we got a lot to talk about, man.
We do indeed, and I hope everyone else on the line as well, too. Kimo, let's get into it. There were midweek fights that we need to discuss, but there's also some big news today. Mr. Kell Brook pulling out of his fight against Diego Chavez. Now, the initial feedback that I'm getting from people is, has he pulled out because he's maybe overweight and not going to be able to make weight next week? Do you see that one of the reasons, or do you think it's a genuine rib injury?
What do you have, vagatory streptococca?
What the fuck?
AKA a sore throat?
Nah, man, dude, every time I've seen this guy on TV, he kind of looked like a fatty. So I don't know how he's been looking the last few weeks. I really don't know. But what is it? A fractured rib he had from sparring? I don't fucking buy it, Cam. It sounds a bit fishy to me. I don't know what you think.
I'm not buying it. We saw all those Sky Sports episode when he's at the venues and he's got a shirt on and his neck look like it's gonna pop because he's looking fat. So I'm thinking that he put a bit too much weight on and he's not took it off properly. And obviously, if he comes in overweight, he loses the belt on the scales. So Mr. Hearn's too clever. He's spent too much time and money to collect that belt for Kell. So yeah, I can't see him wanting to lose it on the scales.
I'm getting a bit fed up with Brook, to be honest, man. I was kind of okay with the Chavez fight. I didn't think it was a bad fight. For the opponents available, I thought it was decent, But now, again, postponing the fight, and we don't even know if it's actually going to happen again. I mean, who knows what might, transpire over the next month. But the guy's becoming a bit of a fucking joke, man. He needs to step up, defend that fucking belt against somebody relevant, and show that he's worth it. Because all he's done is beat one legit opponent in a questionable manner, by the way, which I've always said. But excuse me?
Sorry.
Did you say bullshit, Leon?
Yeah, that victory was a good victory.
It's a good victory, yeah, but the way that he did it, it's not exactly like he was fucking, doing some groundbreaking stuff in there. Yeah,
he nullified. He shut him down, didn't he?
Yeah, by fucking holding him.
You two are so thinly veiled your hate, your Khan bias.
I saw shockwaves.
No, honestly, man, he's only beaten one fucking guy, and he was clinching in the entire fucking night. But that's another discussion, anyway.
That's another discussion. But just to shit on Leon a bit. Sky Sports.
What have I done?
Sky Sports put an article out, and I'll send you the link if you want it. And it says Brook versus Chavez. Obviously, before this incident, we've picked Kell's best 5 fights. This is not in a particular order. So one fight is against Kevin McIntyre, who nobody knows.
Good win.
One fight is against Carson Jones, part 2.
Solid win.
One is Senchenko.
World class win.
World class. One is Sean Porter, which is an excellent win.
Elite level win.
And one is Jojo Dan. And these are his top 5 wins from Sky themselves. Come on, Leon.
Yeah, but Sky don't know shit about boxing, do they? Let's have it right.
That is true.
Frankie Gavin on that list.
Let's be honest. His resume isn't great. This is this is not good for him because he looks like I said last week. He looks like a Euro bum who stole his belt and run off, doesn't he?
He does, and I was thinking back though. He is a bit injury prone as well. If you remember before the Devon's fight, he pulled out when the first fight was arranged. Then Devon pulled out when the second fight was arranged, and then Brook pulled out again when the third fight was arranged. So he is a bit of a sick note.
Let's not bring Alexander into anything. He will get his later.
How are you saving that?
I'm saving that. Only one who picked it. I'm definitely saving that.
All right. Chu and Kev, your thoughts on the Brook injury?
All right, Kev.
I think Kev
Stepped
left
away.
us, man.
Oh, well, I'll just say that.
I'm here. I just thought Chu would chime in first, being that it's overseas. I don't know. I feel like his injury is more of a scale issue than a physical injury issue. I think he has major problems with weight. I mean, those pictures, he looked way overweight in those pictures.
Yeah.
No, don't start that shit again.
Fucking why not? I'm gonna be quoting Steve Kim all night. Get used to it.
Exactly.
You're on the Steve Kim payroll.
I'm Steve Kim's stalker. It's just as well. He blocked me, you know.
Oh, did he block you, really?
Montoya did.
Oh, right.
I don't even know why. Apart from all the times I criticised them. Anyway, Kell Brook, it's a 1-1 because he's not going to make the weight, like Kev says, and I don't even know if they can afford to pay him. You know, maybe that's why they're moving it to the pay-per-view in December. You know, it's a stacked card now. Would they? You know, Kell Brook, to my knowledge, isn't much of a ticket seller, so would they be able to pay his fee with gate receipts and the Sky budget? Has his fee changed because it's no longer on pay-per-view, or it was originally no longer pay-per-view? Now it is, probably. I just think it's convenient that he's got 2 broken ribs and now all of a sudden...
they're broken ribs now.
Oh, that's what I read. 2 broken ribs.
The 2 broken... Wow, was he sparring Golovkin or something? What the fuck? That's heavy.
So, are they trying to rearrange it for December? Is that the point? Because Wasif in the chat asked a question, which is an excellent question. How can they predict a comeback date with a cracked rib? You can't really make a date, can you? You have to kind of wait to see how it heals.
Yeah, I've what I've read on Twitter, and to be honest, I don't even know if the people on Twitter know, but, you know, a rib is like one of those injuries that it's kind of like a back. You know, it's kind of hard to prove or disprove. So, you know, I'd imagine it would be healed just in time for the Anthony Joshua pay-per-view.
But the thing is about that, it does kind of incapacitate you, man. Even breathing becomes painful. So, yeah, I do find it a bit strange that they're suddenly predicting like the exact date already.
Yeah, exactly. If you got a cracked rib, you can't do any cardio. You're not going to get in any weight, any shape. So if he's out of shape and he's claiming this cracked rib to get in shape and lose weight, like there's no way he's exercising with a cracked rib.
Yeah, Jack Hughes in the chat says that Eddie Hearn has told someone that the doctor says the recovery is December, which is very convenient.
Yeah, very convenient for the Joshua fight.
This must be a real difficult subject for you, Kimo, because your hate for Brook, like, up against your love of Sky. Like, this must be an eternal nightmare for you.
Kimo is torn.
Well, Leon, you said it last week as well. I mean, let me clear something up, yeah? I mean, there's been rumors going around that I'm shot, and those are absolutely true. I mean, I must confess. But with the criticism that you guys give Sky is fair regarding the cards. In some of the other stuff, we'll get to it later. But when it comes to Brook, man, I mean, I don't really see him, like Chu said, as a pay-per-view star. I don't know why they're trying to rush him.
He's not a pay-per-view star. No, he's not.
He's not a fucking draw. He doesn't have the charisma to draw in people. He's a fucking boring interview. His fighting style is not that exciting.
People keep stabbing him all the time, so there must be a problem. Let's be honest, you get stabbed twice in your life, there's a problem, right?
Yeah, I don't think people would try to stab Anthony Joshua, but I mean, this guy's a fucking bona fide star already, and he hasn't even like beaten guys to the opponent to the level that Brook has. But I don't know what they're doing with Brook, man. It's becoming something that the UK is criticized so heavily for, and that is you take a belt and you fucking hold it hostage in the country, which is not a good look. Because even though I don't like Brook, I do see more potential in him, and that he has the talent to be something bigger than that, than just a belt holder. But it's not looking good for him right now. Ari must be very troubled at the moment.
That's what I was saying. That's what he's got. If maybe he's getting out of his fight so he can go to Heyman, but that's where he should go. He should go to the States and fight these people because that's where all the fights are. And Heyman's not going to let anyone over here. In fact, they couldn't get Rios over. They're not going to get Bradley over. They managed to get Chavez over, and it's probably just they're worried no one's going to watch it and no one's going to buy tickets.
Well, who the fuck knows who Chavez is? I mean, I don't think anybody knows who he is, but he's a fucking dangerous opponent, and that might have something to do with it as well. Chavez is not a guy that you can take lightly. If you spend most of your camp, and you trying to lose weight, and you're turning into a fat camp, and you're facing a guy like Chavez who can give anybody trouble, I mean, that's pretty dangerous as well. And it's not like Brook is this, like Golovkin type of guy with a mystique around him that he's untouchable, man. He's not at all.
Fuck, Kimo, I disagree. Kell Brook is a beast.
He's not a fucking beast. What has he ever done that's beastly?
Beat Sean Porter.
He held him. He didn't beat the shit out of him.
He did. He rocked him.
Buzzed him up, man.
Nah.
In that third one, he did the front
All
stiff
right.
leg.
So Carson Jones buzzed Kell Brook up. Is he a beast?
Look, your boy got marched down by Chris Algieri, so...
Yeah, but leave my boy out of it.
This is all about your boy.
This is not about Khan, man. Leave him out of it. He's trying to save lives.
Yeah.
He is, to be fair to him, wasn't he?
No, Chu, you use the word beast too lightly, man. I mean, you call a lot of people beasts over the last few weeks.
You have overused that term, don't you?
Who are we talking about here?
You call Liam Smith a beast.
Liam Smith.
So? He is a beast.
He's not a beast, man. I'm a fan of Smith, but he's not a beast.
He's undefeated. He's a beast. And he's a shark.
As Wasif just said in the chat, and Team
He's a
Shark.
miniature shark. Are you lot done with shitting on Brook?
I don't think we're done yet, Khan, are we?
No.
I just called you Khan instead of Cam. Holy shit.
Uh-oh.
You've done that before, though, you know.
I was just going to add to the Kell Brook thing. Kell Brook beats everyone in the 147 division, including Errol Spence, Keith Furman. I mean, the list goes on and on. He'll beat fucking Sean Porter again if they rematched. He'll definitely beat Amir Khan. Definitely. Amir Khan knows that.
Dude, you are overrating Kell Brook so badly. What the fuck has he done to prove that he can beat guys like Dermot, man?
Why hasn't Amir Khan fought Kell Brook yet?
But what does Khan have to do with anything?
Stop ducking the question. Tell me why.
That's not the question, though.
That is the question. Why?
You're talking about the entire division. Now you want to go to Khan. I mean, yeah, I do give him a good chance against Khan.
Yeah, but just answer the question. Why hasn't he fought him yet?
Okay, I mean, I've said this before. If Khan fights him, yeah. Okay, maybe this actually, hold on. Because the situation has now changed. Mayweather is apparently, quote unquote, retired, right? So he was waiting for the Mayweather fight. He knew that if he would face Brook and lose, his career would be done for. That's what I think is the reason why he would not face Kell Brook.
Because he knows he would lose.
I think it's very high risk, but also very high reward financially. And in the meantime, because he's with Heyman, he has low risk, high reward fights, which he would rather go for, which includes Mayweather, by the way. He was delusional enough to think that he would get it. But let's assume for a moment that he thought that way. He would probably get a nice payday. And if he loses to Mayweather, no big O, right? Everybody loses to Mayweather. But if he gets knocked out by Brook in front of 80,000 people, I mean, ask George Groves what that does with your career. It's fucking changes. So I think it was a calculated decision by him.
Ask the fans of what that does of George Groves, man. The fans of George Groves have lost their soul, haven't they, Kimo?
Cam, you're really twisting the knife.
Oh, sorry, man, sorry. You're actually helping me defend Khan, and I'm actually shitting on you. That's pretty bad.
No. I mean, I know you're going to ask me this question later, so I am prepared. Don't worry. But yeah, Khan ducking Brook or whatever you want to call it has nothing to do with you saying that he beats the entire division, Chew.
I've also made that argument before that it's more of a business thing. Obviously, he wanted the Mayweather match and he couldn't get the Mayweather match if he lost to Brook. So, but look how that's worked out for him.
Oh
You know,
yeah, I
he's not-
totally agree. Like ducking him and chasing Mayweather's totally fucked him up. Now he's trying to chase Pacquiao, and that's not working out. I think his only alternative left is Brook, and it's a massive fight, and it is a 50-50 fight. But if you win it, then it's going to propel him to a higher level. So you might as well just take the Brook fight.
I've had Amir Khan was past tense one of my favourite fighters, very entertaining. Anything could happen. You can go back and listen to previous shows. And
Yeah, you used to rate him. You used to back him.
Yeah, but he's run away from Brook.
I can't.
And it's shocking.
Yeah,
It's
I can't
absolutely
disagree.
Shocking.
I can't disagree.
Absolutely shocking.
But
And I hope he loses. I
that's
hope he never gets the big fight because he's just he's got a false sense of what he's worth.
Yeah, regarding his fan base and what he brings to the table when it comes to money, yeah, he's he's quite delusional. I wouldn't say a little bit delusional. He's quite delusional, but who knows, man? It might still happen, now that Mayweather's retired. Who knows? Maybe that's the reason why Brook pulled out of the Chavez fight.
I actually thought that. I thought maybe
we're going to get Khan versus Brook.
Yeah, I thought maybe they've contacted Hearn, but that's a summer fight, though, because...
Yes, that's a long time out of the ring for both of them. This shit might be at cruiserweight.
Nah, Khan's in shape, man. He never blows up like Brook. Brook looks like fucking Prince Nassim nowadays.
All right, should we move on from Kell Brook?
Yeah, we spent enough time on that bum.
All right, let's go back to let's go back to Wednesday. Mr. Lee Selby, as Ness would say, or Lee Selby. I'm saying it now. Lee Selby versus Fernando Montiel. I was really disappointed with his performance. He was on the undercard of Devon Alexander and Martinez in a place where I'm thinking, why is the fight being held there? But that's PBC for you. But yeah, Selby for me, very disappointing. Accuracy was really poor. Footwork was poor. A lot of his shots were landing short. I know Montiel.
His gauging of distance was horrible, wasn't it?
Horrible. I know Montiel's really awkward. He's got a good upper body movement, but yeah, Selby should have done better than what he did on Wednesday. Kimo,
you thought... Oh, sorry, go on, Kimo. Go on.
No, go ahead, Leon.
No, well, just at the start of the match, you were like, right, at the end of this fight, they might have to arrest Selby for, hate crimes, for, beating up midgets. It's just... You're thinking this isn't going to go 4 rounds. And then... I don't know what happened to him. I've never seen... That's the worst I've seen him fight. In all the time I've watched him. And I must have watched 20, at least 15, maybe 10, 15 fights. And that's as bad as I've seen him.
Isn't it strange, though, that the same thing happened with Frampton when he came over?
Yeah.
He also looked bad. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to... I'm not saying that they're all jet-lagged or whatever, but who knows. But
he was there for 18 days.
Oh, he was? Okay, yeah, it shouldn't be an issue then. I don't know. Maybe it's the stage. Maybe Selby is just, I dare to say it, not as good as we thought he was.
But even when he's been poor or not getting out of first gear, he's always been landing and always looks slick.
Mm.
He looked so sloppy. He wasn't landing. I mean, that was a close... those scorecards were ridiculous. Because I only had him winning it by 2 rounds.
I thought, to be honest, I didn't score it round for round, but off the top of my head, I didn't give that many rounds to Montiel. So I do think he won the fight, but he did look very sloppy. He was pulling his punches, which is fucking bad when you're facing a guy the size of Montiel. And what I also didn't understand from Selby, I know his style is to be a boxer, right? And often he likes to go on the back foot. But when you're facing a guy who's that small, who's got such a reach disadvantage, you keep that fucker at the end of your jab and you can put him on the back foot and you can blast him out of there within 5-6 rounds, man. Selby could have easily done that. At least I thought. But he was missing. He couldn't gauge the distance. He was trying to hop around way too much instead of putting some pop behind his punches. Montiel wasn't even trying to close the distance in the beginning. He was staying on the outside.
He was scared for the first couple of rounds, like, I don't want to get knocked out early. Then he realised, oh, I've got a chance here. That's what it felt like to me.
Selby got bullied by a bantamweight, and that's quite sad. And I know Montiel is one of the better bantamweights in the world, but still, when you look at the size differential, it's not as if Selby's a small featherweight. He's fucking massive.
He's massive.
He is.
He's the biggest one out of a lot of them.
As Teddy Atlas said, and I've got to say, Teddy Atlas was coming out with some gems. Some absolute gems in this fucking contest. I might just watch the fight just to hear Teddy Atlas fucking drop some knowledge. But yeah, as Teddy Atlas said, he campaigned up at lightweight, and fucking Montiel was below bantamweight. And I actually thought that there was only one guy punching with a kind of a 40, like, I'm going to knock this guy out.
Yeah.
Like Kimo was saying, it's like Selby was kind of holding back with his shots, like slapping kind of. I've said this about Selby in the past. He slaps. He's like a slapper.
He's not a slapper. He's a clean puncher. I just don't know what happened to him.
He doesn't punch through the opponent.
Well, he has done in the last two fights.
Like, I was listening to, sorry, I've got to say it, Leave It in the Ring. No, sorry, I wasn't leaving the ring, the next round. And they were talking about the difference in pad work between, like, the flashy 8-punch combos that you see at the Mayweather gym and the kind of combinations that Golovkin will hit. Golovkin will punch it 1 at a time, 2 at a time. Just practice the repetition in the same punch about 50 times in a row. Get that technique down. Whereas Selby's, I've seen the Twitter videos of Selby doing the mitts. He's like the flashy 10-punch combo guy. And you're looking at it like, oh, is that sped up? It's almost hard to believe how fast he is. But guess what? Montiel isn't. The pads, he punches back. And I got to kind of sense that Selby was shocked when Montiel was punching in between his punches. Like Teddy Atlas was saying, like, he was taking the step back to draw Selby in, and then he was catching him as Montiel was going forward. And I just thought, you know, Selby's never fought anybody as good as that. Doesn't matter what size he is.
But he gave him too much respect too. I saw a guy who was absolutely massive, who could easily just won the fight based on his jab, right? And what he was doing, he was just pawing it out. He wasn't fully committing to it or taking that extra step forward, you know, to close the distance, where he would still be out of range from Montiel's punches. I mean, Montiel's arms, he's got fucking T-Rex arms, man. He can easily keep him at the end and start blasting him, but he just didn't do that. He didn't stretch out the arms. You could easily see it. He was pawing, and actually, I think you do make a good point. He's also wasn't really turning over the gloves and hitting him properly. He was just, I don't know what he was doing. It's like he was trying to gauge the distance, and he just couldn't get it. And that was mostly the case in the first half of the fight. In the second half, I saw him get more aggressive, but he was just wide. He couldn't fucking find the target. It's really strange, and it's actually the opposite of what I thought. That's why they're two really good comparisons. Like, it's the opposite of what we saw Terry Flanagan do. Flanagan was fucking perfect. If you saw the way he used his feet in and out, just to take that little step forward, close the distance, use his reach, and get out again, it was fucking perfect. And that's pretty much the opposite of what Selby was doing.
One of my theories is I think he was so eager to impress that when the first few rounds weren't going well, he kind of just threw his game plan away, because like he was trying to like just swing away to the body, completely missing. You don't really see Selby do that, you know. It's just like he was so sloppy, and even when he was getting punched back, like I've seen it before, but I saw it a bit more in this fight, that he doesn't react to punches very well. It's like I know Dan mentioned it on previous shows with Matisse. Like, if Matisse gets hit, he doesn't react to punches well, and Selby's the same. Like, don't get me wrong, no one likes getting punched in the face, but they don't react well when they do get punched. So Selby against a big puncher, man, oof, I don't know.
But Cam, he's the Welsh Mayweather.
Shit. I'm off the train, man. I'm Team Warrington.
I've
Your
done it,
team-
man. I've
team
supported him
bum.
long enough, and now he's turned into a fucking bum.
I was gonna say.
All
you've
Kimo's
got
fault.
another one. Fucking hell.
There's only one left, man. There's only one fucking guy left.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to pick him. Well, I don't know
If
why
he-
we're doing a special on this night. He's going to kill him.
Naota is gonna fucking kill me if Chocolatito loses, man. Seriously, he's gonna come and hunt me down. But yeah, but hey, by the way, Cam, what you said, we have to give credit as well to Lim because he said this shit already ages ago. Huh?
Yeah.
And we kind of dismissed him. He said that the way that Selby punches, if I remember correctly, he said that like the higher level guys, he won't be able to keep them off. Something like this he said in the past, and he called Selby a bum, which we disagreed with. But I mean, I do got to give him a little bit of credit because this performance actually showed exactly what he said.
Yeah, but you've got to give. If he does this again in his next fight, then there's an issue.
I was going to say, I think for one
allow him
fight,
one.
you have to give him a pass. I think.
Yeah.
If he looks
Like
like
all those-
if he looks like
all those
shit in his next two
Frampton-
fights,
all those Frampton kind of nut huggers let him go, didn't they, on that one?
the thing about Frampton is he had a bad first like 2 or 3 rounds, but he recovered very well. Where Selby kind of
Not very well. I think that's being a bit generous.
Nah, like towards the end of the fight, he was dominating.
Yeah, but he should have knocked him out, shouldn't he? Really, that guy was he fought a lesser guy than.
Or did he
than
fight
Selby.
an unknown guy that's really good but no one knows?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Potentially.
See, the hardest thing in boxing is fighting in another country. You think about it, Ricky Hatton's first fight in America, shit. You know, fucking Carl Frampton's first fight in America, shit. Kell Brook, fucking magnificent. You
No,
know,
but he
it's-
fought in America before. Not,
Oh, did he?
Not an undercard fight.
Frutch's
I'm not
undercard against
I know
Ward. I
Ricky
think.
Hatton had a tough fight before the fucking Collateral fight, but you know what I mean. I'm not talking about the fucking gimmies.
Yeah. Proper fight.
No, the fucking gimmies. No one counts them. I'm talking about the fucking real fights. The Collateral fight. You know, fucking Kell Brook was magnificent. Frampton, shite.
Magnificent, really?
I'll say again. It was.
It wasn't magnificent, Jew. Come on.
Ricky
I can
Burns.
see that in a
number,
Nick Holland
just
voice,
number.
Kimo. Fucking magnificent.
Fucking,
Anyway.
yeah.
I can go through the whole history. Joe Calzaghe struggled.
Ricky
Joe
Burns
never
was
struggled.
terrible
Joe
against
never struggled.
Figueroa.
Don't bring up Sir Joe. Trying to lure me out as well.
Yep. Ricky Burns fucking knocked out of the park. I mean, I lost, but whatever.
He lost. Oh, no, doesn't box rec, mate. Box rec.
But that works both ways. American fighters as well. Look at Jeff Lacey, shite. Look at Diego Magdaleno, shite. And so
Thompson.
Exactly. It's just different time zones. You're eating different shit. You're training at gyms you've never trained at before. You know, maybe your accommodation is gash. You know, you're probably having trouble making weight because of that reason. To me, Selby looked as if he struggled. Like, just looked a bit lethargic. No energy.
But Chew, he always looks like death at the scales, man. I don't know how long he can keep this up. I mean, the guy looks scary at weigh-ins. I don't know how easy he makes it, but visually, it doesn't look good at all.
If he goes up to though, he's going to go up into a wasteland because 130 is terrible.
Well, that might not necessarily be bad for him.
He's big enough to go to 2 up, I think.
Go straight to lightweight.
Yeah, I would.
He could.
If you're going to go up, you might as well.
And that is a hot division as well, as we discussed in previous
But,
shows.
but he can fight a lot of UK guys. He can build a record there as well.
But see, at super featherweight, he gets owned. Like, because he's got no punching power at featherweight. What's he going to do at super feather, you know?
He's got. Well, we'll see. Well, I think
He's got a size
he'll-
advantage over the guys at 126, which he won't have so much at
I
130.
think he might have more power level up because he won't be training as much.
Maybe he'll have like more snap, more energy, but you know, I don't think the opponents will feel the force like the smaller guys do.
But he's a big dude. He can put on. He got, there's a lot to be put on. A lot of muscle and mass to be put on there for him. I think.
Put it this way, Gary Russell destroys him.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Let's not get too carried away, man, because of one
Gary
mediocre.
Russell doesn't destroy anything.
Nah, I think
His hands.
I think Selby would
Yeah,
struggle
fucking
with
glass
Russell's speed,
hands.
man.
Cinderella hands.
Lomachenko. Oh, forget it.
Forget about it.
Oh yeah, forget about it.
You guys are so overrating Lomachenko, man. It's not even funny. But
But I think even Leo Santa Cruz would beat him on that showing.
I disagree.
He'd walk him down. Don't bring up that little bum T-Rex, Gary Russell.
Warrington would beat Selby on that performance.
Why?
of course, it would.
Gary Russell's bigger than Montiel. Look what Montiel did.
Cam, I think you're
he'll
totally
know more
right.
about this.
Cam, I think you're totally right, man. If that Lee Selby shows up in Leeds, he's gonna get knocked the fuck out.
No, he will, because Warrington's got... No, he won't get knocked the fuck out, but Warrington's got...
By what? A hammer?
Warrington's got excellent timing. His accuracy is really good, and he's in and out. Like, I think he's all wrong for Selby at the moment. If Selby performs that, if Selby's at its peak, then I'd say it's a 50-50 and maybe edging Selby. But I was really disappointed with Selby because we kind of praised him so much on this show. US guys probably tuned into that fight and thought, "What the fuck are these guys talking about? This guy's terrible."
Did you two talk about doing a whole episode where you just troll Ari's favourite fighters because he's not on?
Yeah, we pre-planned all this shit. James DeGale's next.
Yeah. Oh yes. But yeah,
All right.
let's give Selby another chance, man. It's
Yeah,
one
that's
That's
fight.
why I say one bad fight. Yeah,
If he
Frank
fucks up
bad
again,
bad
we're off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give him a pass. All right, let's move on to the main fight on that card, Mr. Devon Alexander. What happened? Did you
What
guys
happened?
score it? I kind of visually scored it, but I didn't got my app out on my phone. But I thought it was either a draw or Martinez nicked it. Like, I didn't really see 97-93 though.
I had the other dude who I don't know his name, whatever his name was. He won it by 2 rounds.
Aaron Martinez.
Aaron Martinez, yeah.
Do you see this fight,
Cam,
Kimo?
I did watch it. I don't score any fight from Devin Alexander because I will score every fucking round against him because I hate this guy. I mean, there's no point.
So it was a whitewash, then, was it?
Yeah, exactly. It was a whitewash for Martinez, obviously. But he's fucking done, man. His legs are fucking gone. What happened? His coordination is off. He's just stumbling around like a fucking bum.
And he's got no heart.
Well, at that as well, and he's got no fucking power anymore. Well, he never had, man. I think we were all fooled by that Urango knockout, man. That fucking once in a lifetime uppercut that he hit him with, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That fooled us all.
Great
This
point.
guy has no fucking pop, and I don't think it's due to his physical gifts. I think it's mainly due to his technique. He is a prime example of somebody who pulls on their punches, and he doesn't. I don't know, man. He doesn't fucking commit to it properly. And when, yeah, and when he's on the inside, he starts throwing arm punches and shit. It looks bad. I mean, dude, the funniest shit was when they interviewed his trainer, Kevin Cunningham, in the corner, and Cunningham was just like, he was ready to just fucking walk away. He
Yo,
was so pissed.
I
He
love
was
his
saying,
honesty.
"You wanna stop?"
I thought his honesty was excellent.
Yeah.
But he was saying to him in the corner, "Do you want me to stop this fight?" Wasn't he? Did you hear that about?
Yeah.
Do you want me to stop this fight? What are you doing?
But he was obviously saying that out of frustration. I mean, Devin was never really in trouble to actually stop it, but he wasn't doing anything that the guy was instructing him to do. So as a coach, I can understand that you just get fucking furious, you know? Because the guy, I mean, he does have talent, I would say, but it's yeah.
The
Tony
thing
in
is,
the chat's right. Purdy snatched his soul.
the thing is, I didn't see Aaron Martinez doing anything special, but it's like Alexander was just letting Martinez use his game plan. His game plan was to get on his chest and just bang away. And Martinez was there for uppercuts, and he had his head bent over, and like Alexander barely threw any uppercuts.
He was being a bit naughty with his head, wasn't he, Martinez?
He was.
He
He was.
Yeah.
He was. But with Alexander again, what Kimo said about his footwork, like the ring was big. He should have been on his toes. He should have just been boxing him at jab's length, keep him on the end of the jab. He didn't do anything. He was just letting Martinez walk up onto his chest and just fucking bang away. And it's just really poor game plan.
Cam, his legs are gone. His legs are gone. And a lot of people will tell you the first thing to fucking go for these type of boxers is their legs. And the guy is, 28 years old? His legs are fucking gone, man. He doesn't have that explosive, balanced movement that he used to have when he would just, dance circles around you in the ring. It looks sloppy, dude.
Yeah, he's too heavy.
I saw his fucking feet crossing a couple of times as well. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is not the same guy.
At times, though, he can spin off his front right toe really well and just change the angle. He still does that, but he didn't do it enough last night.
Mm.
And he gassed badly as well. His fitness was horrible.
But I want to give props to Martinez as well. I thought, I thought he beat Guerrero. He did a good job yesterday. And something the commentators mentioned in the fight against Guerrero, he said that his brother's a southpaw and he spars a lot with his brother. And I actually think that's a good point because when I used to spar at my gym, I used to help improve the other guys that only spar are the orthodox guys because they're not used to punches coming from different angles. And if you have a good southpaw at your gym, it can really help the orthodox guys. And I think that's what helped Martinez. I think having a brother who's a southpaw who spars a lot, I think that definitely helped because he was slipping the punches a lot easier. He was moving in the direction. I just thought, it's a little stupid reason, but it was really helpful.
And he didn't respect Devin's punches. He just got, what's so funny, man?
Nah, Desmatic said what I was thinking. Like, Cam just patted himself on the back there, right? Cam he said he's a good southpaw, yeah. No, but it's true. It's true, we saw the videos of Cam. But anyway, yeah, I totally agree with you, Cam.
Yeah. All right.
Cam and his southpaw fetish, man.
So what's going to happen next then? Is it going to be Kell Brook versus Aaron Martinez?
I'll take that fight.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I just want to know, did anyone else pick Martinez in the prediction league, or was it just me?
I didn't check, to be honest. I didn't check.
I knew Alexander was shot. I mean, after that performance against Khan, where that was terrible. And then he's been out of the ring for how long now? 9 months. I mean, the guy is. It was. I loved it. I've got one of the most enjoyable fights of the year for me. I can't stand Alexander. Karma got him. He's a bitch. Fuck him. Fuck him, man. Some of that shit he's been ranting about on, and that's karma.
Dude, yeah, that's another topic, man. What the fuck happened with him? Like, he started ranting on Twitter about how assholes don't stretch like vaginas and shit. Like, what the fuck is up with this guy, man?
Concussion. He's taken too many shots.
Dude, that's brain damage. That's exactly what's happening with Mosley. Yeah, you see the fucking change in character all of a sudden.
Brain damage in a Bible, and he's gone nuts, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone fucking mental, man.
Mosley's fucking entertaining now, though, on Twitter.
Fucking madness.
See, the thing with Alexander is he's not a welterweight. He's a 140 guy, kind of like Guerrero, a 140 guy who went to 147 for the money, and he's only in it for the money. You can tell just in his conduct that he's not in it for legacy or anything like that. He's just in it for a paycheck, and he's just, even when he loses a fight, he's not even really bothered or anything like that. He's just happy to see it through. I'm not saying he's not a tough guy. He is. That was a tough fight. He's been in tough fights before. People gave him shit for quitting against Timothy Bradley, but you know what, man? Who are we to fucking judge? I mean, these are tough fights. That said, what Kimo said about that Urango punch, that's just 100% true, man. That punch is just like the most deceptive punch in maybe boxing history. We all thought fucking Devin Alexander was a beast on the back of that punch, but as it turns out, it was just a Ponzi scheme. Everybody bought into him. But
not everyone.
He's never really, apart from the Marcos Medana fight, he's not really had any kind of credible wins.
I agree, man. It is a fucking Ponzi scheme. Just like the PBC.
I love that word, Ponzi scheme.
Yo, Nesmatic said Bradley has a world-class forehead. I guess that's the reason why he quit.
Yeah, but Devon's got a world-class forehead as well.
He's got a glass eye, that's what he's got.
That's elite level, man.
He's got a glass eye, that's his problem.
But he doesn't use it, Cam. That's the problem.
That's true.
Anyway, enough about that bum, Alexander.
Yeah, let's move on. Any topics you guys want to discuss before we get to Golovkin?
Nah, I'm fucking ready, man.
What about Kimo? What do you think about Chris Eubank Jr. going with Adam Booth?
I think it's fucking brilliant. I seriously got excited when I heard about it, man. I don't know how it actually will work out. And I hope they don't have any issues later on because Eubank does seem to have a bit of an ego already, even though he hasn't really accomplished anything in the sport and fucking lost in his first big fight. But there's something about that guy that just, I don't know, moves something in me, man. I get fucking excited. It's probably got to do with his dad, obviously, whom I'm a huge fan of. But I don't know, man. I want to be a believer, so I'm going to hope that this works out well. But I do want to see him fight decent opposition, man. I know he's with Matchroom, and I know, you know, they're going to use him as kind of a fucking mascot on these cards just to draw people in. But let's hope they build him up soon. I actually want to see the rematch. I don't know about you guys, but I want to see Saunders versus Eubank again.
It's not going to happen now, though, is it? Because he's gone to Hearn, and obviously Saunders is still with Warren. So
yeah, I know, but I mean, after a couple of fights, you know, when him and Booth have have worked a little bit together, I would love to see that, man. I would get fucking pumped for that.
Just talking about Eubank and cards that he's going to be on, he's now become the headline for this terrible Sheffield card.
Hearn is shot to shit.
Hearn has had like the worst year in boxing
continuing?
history.
Yeah, why are they not pulling the plug on this card, man? I don't understand.
Hearn hates to pull plugs. Like he'll just fucking carry on until like there's two people on the card.
He's more worried about what casuals will say to him on Twitter than he is about anything else. You know what I mean?
Basically, it's Eubank, and then I think, is it Jamie McDonnell?
No, it's the lesser brother.
Sorry, the brother, what's his name?
Second brother. Who knows? Second McDonald. No one knows.
Someone in the chat will
Blank
help me out.
McDonald.
But yeah, that's the card, and it's fucking terrible, man.
I think a lot of that's to do with they want to get Chris Eubank Jr. one fight in before he fights Spike O'Sullivan.
Yeah, it's a warm-up because he's been out of the ring, isn't he?
Yeah, get the ring rust off.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's Spike O'Sullivan. I think Chris Eubank will win, man, but it's quite a good test.
That'd be a good scrap, I think. Just going back, it was Gavin McDonnell, correcting myself. But yeah, Spike O'Sullivan, I've seen Eubank calling him out on various interviews. Saying maybe December for that fight. Would that be
that's the December
Joshua
12th.
White?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't mind that. That'd be a decent
Good fight.
Yeah.
Fight. There'll be a lot of shit talking, won't there? So
there'll be chairs in the ring.
That's why he put it on, though, isn't it? Because it'll build. Sky Sports can work with that material to make sure we're all happy about a pay-per-view fight for a British level heavyweight who fought no one.
Well, you fucking cunts are never going to be happy. You're always going to complain that you have to pay for it.
That's because
you're
cheap.
Ari.
I actually have to pay for it. Me and Cam actually have to pay for it.
Yeah,
I don't have my dad chipping in. Sorry, Ari.
Shots fired. I
mean, it's true though. I mean, I just think people are exaggerating this whole pay-per-view thing. I mean, who really cares?
You're invalid. You don't buy anything, dude. You know what I mean? I'm paying for this shit.
No,
I look at.
No, but you don't have to. You don't have to. You can just do what I do. Stream it.
Yep.
No, but
I want to pay for it so I can moan because I'm a consumer. The only way you change this shit is by, you can't moan and then not buy it. Like, you can't be paying. You got to have Sky to moan about it. That's my point.
Yeah, because it's worked for you so far. Eh?
Yeah, but Leon, exactly, Leon. The only way that it's ever
I
going
don't want
stop.
to watch a bummy stream. Sorry.
Yeah, but then if you're gonna buy it, then you're just enabling them, right? So how can you complain about it then?
I'm going to the pub to watch a Joshua fight.
I can go to a pub. I don't care where you watch it, but as I'm saying, for all the people that pay for something and still complain about it, you're enabling them. You're putting money in their pockets. So you're being kind of, I mean, you're basically causing it yourself. You're enabling it.
Yeah, possibly. You're probably right, but what do I do? If we all opted out, there'd be no boxing on telly, would there?
No, that's not true, man. Then the fucking quality of the card will... Look what happened with Mayweather, right? He fooled the fucking world, man, with the Pacquiao-Mayweather bullshit. Speaking of Ponzi schemes, right? That was the fucking biggest. I mean, that shit was everywhere. Even my family here in fucking Abu Dhabi were talking about this fight. They were coming up to me asking me about Pacquiao-Mayweather. The world was tuning in on this, yeah? And it was the biggest letdown ever. And look what happened on his next fight. Those numbers bombed. And we can probably ask Kev later on the latest update on that. I don't fucking know. But the Mayweather-Berto numbers, I don't even know if they've been released. But that shit fucking bombed. And that's for a reason. Because people finally fucking woke up. They finally woke up. Because they got the biggest fight ever. And it sucked. So they stopped buying. And good on him that he retired. Because he knew it was the right time to do that. So it does have an effect, man. It's all up to people to stop fucking buying it. If that means watching a shitty stream, well, if the product's crap, what do you care anyway about watching it in HD? I don't understand. Like, if it's a good fight, I would be happy to pay it in HD, pay for it and watch it in HD. But if it's not, I mean,
I don't want to be hunkered over my laptop like a pervert. I just want to watch boxing on my telly.
Connect your laptop to your TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, true, but then it's still... I don't want to watch a bummy stream.
No, I understand, like...
There's some good ones.
I'm like Leon, man, like... I'm like Leon, like... Quality is important to me. I don't want a choppy stream that keeps pausing at the wrong moments and fucking advertisements popping up and shit, man. I understand where he's coming from.
As the people in the chat are saying, get Cody. I mean, that's all about that, Cody.
I've got Cody, but it's not perfect.
Nothing is. Fucking Sky's not perfect. They fucking... I remember a Ricky Burns fight where the fucking half the fight got lost.
Yeah, they were killing the judges when they killed the power on that.
Well, fucking Zlatan Cannon, that was it.
Yeah. But then you look at Sky's. I mean, it's so poor, isn't it? You look at the Box Nation. What we're getting from Box Nation in the next 6 weeks is fucking ridiculous. The list of fights I'm getting for £12 a month is fantastic.
In
value.
HD.
In HD, with a man like Barry Jones on the mic.
Oh, please.
Shut up.
Get your refund.
Oh, please.
I don't want some slurring sweaty, sorry, Chew, and a posh boy from Southampton talking all over it. But what am I getting for my money in the next...
So you're getting a Welshman with marbles in his mouth.
So we're getting Golovkin Lemieux card tomorrow. Then we got Crawford, Derry G next week. Then we got Bradley Rios, Cotto, Canelo, Andy Lee, Billy Joe Saunders, and there's a few UK cards in there as well.
Dude, you guys are so far up Box Nation's ass. It's fucking ridiculous, yeah? And I've been waiting quite a while to say this, yeah? But Box Nation is just as fucking bad as Sky Sports. And I don't give a shit what you say, Leon, yeah? You know that's true. The Buglioni fight, yeah?
Yeah.
The commentary
two
was a
nations.
fucking disgrace. Yeah?
You care too much about commentary. I just want to see good fights.
Yeah.
And for my money, that's the best money I can spend anywhere. I tell you.
Hold on. I have to listen to you guys every week fucking complain about Sky bias. Yeah? So don't tell me that you guys, yeah, don't fucking care about that, because you complain about it every single time, and it's the same in every channel. Because guess what? This is something that's just present in the UK. You guys are patriotic, yeah, about your fighters and your athletes, and when you're trying to sell it to the public, this is something normal. Sky does it.
Kimo, tell him.
Yeah, Sky does it. Box Nation does it, dude. Listen, I lived in the UK. I know the way it is, man. I've seen the way you guys hype your athletes. It's not just in boxing. Yeah, you do it because you love to fucking do that shit.
Okay, Kimo, let me jump in. I agree with you, but I would have to add that Box Nation is not as biased. It does have biasness, but it's not as biased as Sky is. And I think that international cards are very equal, because they've not really got anyone to back. So I think they sit on the fence with them. Where even Sky sometimes, they're very biased with the international cards they might get.
They were, yeah. I mean, Sky for a period were trying to buy into Golovkin, weren't they? And they would get every Golovkin fight. Yeah. And then some reason they just decided to change their mind.
But you guys, I don't understand the concept of trying to complain about Sky, for example, trying to sell you a fight. I'm not saying the fight is good. I'm not talking about the actual content. If they are calling Joel Brunker world class and they're hyping up Warrington and all that, it's not that I necessarily agree with it, but I don't understand why it's so upsetting to you guys. They're fucking promoters just as much as Box Nations, dude.
Yeah, but take a side, right? You strip away all of the bollocks of men, of how they hype up fights and stuff. If you go down to the brass tacks of money to quality of fight, there's no competition. Box Nation wins hands down.
I disagree, actually.
Bollocks. You can't disagree because you can't disagree. There's
I agree that Box Nation has the better fights, but it's like both broadcasts are the missing piece of each other, such as the story of boxing. Like Sky's coverage, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says, it matters. The graphics are better.
Absolutely.
Commentary's better. The presentation's better.
The
fights,
not better.
Of course, the fights are the most important thing, but after a while, it gets fucking boring watching Steve Burns fucking talk in front of a card. And I'm not talking about Barry Jones. I'm talking about the fucking background. And fucking, I mean, everything about it is rinky dink. Like,
you want that mongoloid?
Can I make
Sorry. Go on.
No, I just want to finish. I want to make an analogy. Scottish football, to the American people listening, that's Scottish soccer. Everybody hates it in Europe. Everybody thinks it's shit. Actually, not as bad as what people say. It just looks bad. You're seeing half-empty stadiums, shitty grass pitches. The infrastructure looks fucking terrible. No one gives a fuck about it. The players playing it look as if they just woke up in a hangover. You know what I mean? It doesn't look sexy, but the actual games themselves, they're pretty fucking entertaining from what I've seen. That's the thing with Sky. They can put lipstick on a pig. They can make a bad fight good just from everything around it. So imagine what would happen if they actually had the fights that fucking Box Nation have.
Preach.
They wouldn't. They
so that's why it's better for me.
They won't have them because they don't care about boxing.
Exactly, but Leon, that's the whole fucking point. You're comparing two things which are not comparable. You're talking about Sky, right?
All I'm talking about is my money that I spend from my pocket. That's all I care about.
Yeah, okay, then don't fucking spend it. It's that easy.
I'm going to cancel my Sky as soon as I can.
You should, honestly. If you get that much content from Box Nation and you get a couple of bummy cards with Warrington or Kell Brook, once or twice a year.
Not one fight.
You're not losing that much. So just unsubscribe,
Yeah, I'm going to.
It's that easy.
Like Sky is like a Ferrari, Box Nation is like a fucking ladder. The only difference is the driver. Fucking the ladder's got fucking Lewis Hamilton driving it. Sky's has got fucking
Sky is
driving instructor.
Sky are like Nazis and Box Nation are like freedom fighters. That's how I see it.
You can't say that, man.
Yeah, my analogy's a lot better.
You can't say that. Look at the fucking productions that Sky have put on over the last few decades, even, man. I mean,
fuck Sky, man.
Dude, when I was like fucking 13 years old and I lived in the UK, even then they were putting on these blockbuster fucking boxing pay-per-views, man. They know how to do this shit. They've got the resources, but like you say, they don't just focus on boxing. Obviously, their main focus is Premier League and a bunch of other sports. You know, even freaking darts does well on there. You know, like they don't need boxing, whereas Box Nation is purely focused on boxing fans. But yeah, their production sucks. Their commentary sucks. They don't know how to hype a fight. And
I'll give you one thing. Their production is shoddy. They don't know how to hype a fight, but their commentary is leagues apart.
It's boring.
Leagues apart. If you need a fat 50-year-old right-wing Tory to hype you up for a fight, you're struggling, mate.
Mate, fucking the Buglioni fight. Let's talk about that commentary. Yeah?
I didn't even watch it.
You didn't even watch it? Well, you should go back and watch it. You see a fucking bum getting beat up for 10 rounds or how many rounds it was, and they were basically
hyping. You're going to use one fight against me for every fight Sky have done since Eddie Hearn's gone there.
I'm pretty sure. It's all a fucking... Dude, I've seen... How many times have I seen a British guy lose and Bunce throwing a fucking 30-minute fit afterwards, being a little bitch, complaining all the time about what happened?
I'm talking about Bunce.
Well, he's part of it.
I'm talking about the two people who commentate, and they're better.
They're boring as shit, man. They don't know how to hype a fight. It creates no excitement whatsoever.
Casual.
I'm not casual. I'm just stating. Well,
I mean, I don't want to discuss this anymore. Fucking unbelievable.
Just unsubscribe, Leon. Just do it.
No, I might unsubscribe from you. I think that's what I need.
No more Kimo specials.
He's blocks.
Long live Jim Watt, man. Long live.
Well, that's. We don't mind the old drunk Scott. It's the hauling I can't stand, and it's all a fix. He works for fucking Matchroom. He does like commentary for loads of other Matchroom stuff on Sky. It's just nepotism at its worst.
All right, let's move on before we get into another black hole. Kimo, the special is named after Golovkin Lemieux. Let's talk about that fight.
Ooh.
What's your thoughts? Do you see any danger for Golovkin? Do you think Lemieux's going to do anything? I've got a little feeling that Golovkin's going to hit the canvas. I don't think he'll hit it hard and he'll recover well, but I've just got a gut feeling he's going to go down.
Cam, I think this is an intriguing fight. The thing is, I've been laying low for a while, right? So everybody's been going fucking crazy about this fight, complaining about the fact that it's on pay-per-view. Just another example of people who should either just buy it or shut the fuck up.
What's your thoughts about that? Do you think it is a pay-per-view fight?
No, I don't think it's a pay-per-view fight. I don't think it's a pay-per-view fight at all, but if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. Very simple. If the numbers are crap, they're not going to do it again.
Yeah.
That's simple economics. I don't need to explain that to anybody. But, and by the way, the people that complain about being a shit fight and not worthy on pay-per-view, if it's not that good of a fight, do what I do. Find it in HD the next day, you know.
Or another thing they could do is stop fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? All these fuckers just moaning all the time. I mean, that's rich coming from me, right? But
I was going to say,
moaning about one of my favourite fighters. Fuck you, no.
Yeah. But, I mean, I must say, though, when it comes to Golovkin, pay-per-view or not, the guy's entertaining and you're gonna get your money's worth. I mean, we can all agree with that, right? The thing about this fight is Lemieux is such a wild card, and I've been trying to analyze it. I've been trying to break it down for myself. Like, okay, does this guy actually have a chance, or are we all just kidding ourselves? And I'm not too sure, man. I think it kind of depends on Golovkin, and it's funny because a lot of people in the last few fights have been debating about the stuff that they've said after the fight. You know, that Golovkin is basically carrying guys and allowing himself to get hit. I think that's a very important discussion for this fight, because if he is going to do that, let's say if that's true, right? Let's say he carries guys. If he carries a guy like Lemieux, what the fuck is going to happen? Because if you're going to allow yourself to get hit smack bang on the chin by this guy, I mean, it could spell trouble.
I don't see him carrying Lemieux. I think he'll take him serious and he'll take him out. He will try and take him out early.
That's the thing, Cam, and I'm also wondering about Lemieux's resilience, because I do think that he's fragile. I've never seen him properly get chin checked. I think he gassed out against Rubio, for example. I don't think he has a bad chin, but I don't know if he's more resilient than for example, a Monroe or anybody else that's fought Golovkin.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I can't really predict this fight except for the fact that I know it's going to end in a stoppage. But the manner at which that goes down, I think, is going to either, cheer up a lot of people or it's going to piss off a lot of people. If Lemieux gets like mauled in the fucking first round, there's going to be probably an outrage, about people who have paid for it and yada yada yada. It shouldn't have been a pay-per-view. Fight somebody real, etc. But if it turns out to be like a 4-round fucking gunfight, with back and forth knockdowns, I think everybody's going to be happy and nobody's going to complain. But I don't know. It's Lemieux who's the wild card here. I really, really do not know what's happening. But I can tell you that he had trouble making weight. I don't know if you guys saw the weigh-in.
You had to get buck naked, innit?
He didn't look good, man. He didn't look fucking good at all. He
looked fleshy,
face, yeah. His face looked fucked, and he was straight away reaching for the Gatorade as well afterwards.
Yeah, I noticed that, yeah.
And Golovkin was under, wasn't he? Quite a bit under.
Yeah.
Golovkin makes the weight so comfortably, man. He's
nearly walking around weight, isn't it, really? He cuts 10 pounds nice and easy.
I wouldn't say that, but he is. I mean, people have often debated this, right? Is he a small middleweight? Should he move up? But I think he is a real good natural middleweight, and he doesn't have to move up, man, if he can make it that easily. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm predicting a KO, but I'm not gonna say when because I really, really do not know. There's too many unknowns.
Yeah. I've said in the past that a fight that you think is going to go a certain way. Like, for this fight now, I was just thinking the last time we had these kind of theories was for the Wilder-Stavern fight. People thought it's either Wilder knocking him out early or Stavern winning on points. Similar with Matisse, people thought Matisse is going to knock Postal out or Postal's going to win on points, and it went the opposite way. So I'm thinking I won't be surprised if like fucking Golovkin wins on points or some shit like that. I might check the odds for that, put a little cheeky bet on. But Chew, your thoughts on Mr. Golovkin?
Yeah, usually weigh-ins are intense, but this was not intense. This was handshakes and smiles and have a good fight kind of shit, which is great. But I don't know. I don't know. Something in Lemieux's body language just makes me think that he thinks he's going to lose.
It's weird, right? I noticed that as well.
In the face-off, I was kind of unsure, but there was kind of a little kind of moments during the face-off with Max Kellerman where Golovkin was describing giving Curtis Stevens a beating for every round. Okay, I show you every round. I'm going to give you a street fight. You want a street fight? Okay. And then Lemieux is kind of looking at the desk. I don't think Lemieux wants any of it. I think he's gonna charge at him. He's just gonna charge at him and see what happens.
Lemieux was looking at a desk because he didn't know what the fuck Triple G was talking about.
Could have been that.
This is street fight. This is boxing. This is Max. This is boxing. Come on, Kimo. Give us a Triple G, man. Come on, bro.
My friends, ¿cómo estás? Yeah? Thank you, everybody.
Easy guy.
But true, I mean, they're both kind of guys who don't really stare down, though, right? I mean, the fact that they're not really engaging, I don't think is really an indicator. But I don't know. You talk about Lemieux's body language. He does seem, I don't know, at the weigh-in he didn't seem that confident, man. And his body looks a bit, I don't know. It looks like he didn't train that hard, and he just dehydrated himself to make weight, to be honest. I've seen him look better at weigh-ins. I don't know, maybe it's just me overanalyzing it, but he didn't look good. Even during when they were facing off, and then later on they were taking the picture with Duran and everything. Like, you see his mouth was constantly like closing, and he looks like a guy who's really thirsty, basically. And I don't know, it didn't look good to me.
Well, I remember at the 30-day weigh-ins, because it's WBC, Golovkin was at 165, like 5 pounds off his weight. And Lemieux was at 175, 15 pounds off his weight. Big difference.
But yeah,
But yo, shout out to Jessica Rosales. Me and Kimo are team Rosales, and I know some of you guys are team Christina Puncher, so we might have to put them two in the prediction league one time.
I'm team both, man.
Nah, you can't be team. You know, you're team Jessica Rosales, man. Don't lie, bro.
Yeah, she's the cuter one, but I think they both do a really good job, and they don't just, they don't look like they just came through with their looks. They actually talk decently about boxing. I'm not expecting like fucking, Steve Kim level brilliance, but they do a good job. Props to them.
Yep, I agree. Leon, your thoughts with Triple G Lemieux?
Lemieux gets good boyed at some point. I think Golovkin will not let himself get hit. I think he's got a lot more boxing skills than he's shown in his last couple of fights, and I think he'll win the first four rounds easy, and then he'll knock him out in the fifth. It's not a competitive fight, I don't think, really.
I've got this feeling
if you got a puncher's chance, I mean, that's, we all know what that means, don't we? Let's be honest.
Leon, I've got this feeling somehow that he gets flattened in the first fucking round. I don't know why.
But really, with your track record recently, I'm sorry, Kimo. I'm going to just put this down to being up too late. You're tired. And I just don't see it as a from what I've seen of both their fighters, he's levels above him. And Lemieux isn't flatlining people, like then they start surfing. People get up from his punches.
Well, the lower level guys, he's flatline, but the mid-level guys like Rosado or whatever, he doesn't lay them out, definitely.
Yeah, and I just think, when we've seen all of Triple G's fights, when that first big punch lands on anyone he's fought, and I know people like to criticise his resume, but he fought people in the top 10 of his division on a consistent basis for the last 2 years, hasn't he? We can all agree on that, yeah? However bad that division is, he's fought everyone there is to fight apart from kid no one cares about chocolate. Let's be honest. And everyone he's hit has looked scared after they've taken that shot, haven't they? They've all been scared. Instantly scared by that. And I'm not saying that he's not flatlining people either, is he, really? People, they're buzzed, but they just think, he's too accurate with that punching. If I get back up here, he's going to land that punch over and over again. And they quit. Yeah. A lot of them have quit on him, haven't they? Gil, Rubio, even Curtis Stevens, although he had given him a good fight, kind of.
William Monroe quit as well.
Monroe quit. And these guys are not on his level, so they've got every right to quit because they're getting beaten up by a guy whose level's above them.
Yeah, good point.
But everyone, you see that, you see the fear, don't you, after that big punch lands?
Yeah, but I disagree with you saying. I totally agree with what you're saying about Golovkin. He makes people quit, but I disagree with you saying that Lemieux doesn't have power like that. I think he does. I mean, and Dan was on the floor more than Jennifer Lopez.
But you'll hurt his power. but people get back up and carry on fighting. All I'm saying is, if we look at it, if Triple G had hit and down with a big punch, he might have got up once, but he doesn't. That's what I personally think.
I've got a question for you, Leon. Who punches harder, David Lemieux or Curtis Stevens? Yeah. I heard this discussion before, and I actually think it's a really interesting question because I'm not too sure.
I don't. They both punch. They both look devastating fighting against lower level guys. Who's got the more impressive win at that level? Then you've got to say Lemieux, right? Lemieux's beaten better guys and hit them with bigger punches.
What's the better punch in your eyes, guys? Though the left hook or the right hand? I'd say the right hand because it's quicker and it's straighter to the target.
From who?
From Lemieux.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, that left hook, when it landed, is devastating, but you could see it coming a fucking mile off.
Yeah. I like the thing. The thing I'm curious about as well is that we've never seen somebody go properly to Golovkin's body. We've always seen guys being victims of his body shots, but not the other way around.
Yeah.
And Lemieux does go to the body nicely, and he likes to. What did he do again against Rosado? He was countering Rosado's jab, for example, with a body shot with a right hook to the body. So he does sometimes commit to it, and he throws down against the body. He doesn't hold back.
That's true. He does mix it because he'll go like right hand to the body, then he'll do left hook to the head.
Exactly. He will come over the top with a left hook, right? So he does mix it up, which is a good sign.
But one bad thing is he does telegraph that straight right to the head.
Yeah, I mean, he telegraphs everything, to be honest. But at least he mixes it up, which we I think going only to Golovkin's chin is we've seen him take a shot and he just fucking smiles.
You're saying he mixes it up and he goes head, body, but while he's going from head to body, Golovkin's landing. The guy is too accurate. He's going to be landing on him. Honestly, I can't see, and this is not because I'm super massive Golovkin fan. It's more because I see the disparity between the two fighters. I personally don't think Golovkin will be in any trouble at any point in this fight.
And even if he is, the only way the ref's going to stop the fight is if he's getting carried out on a stretcher.
He's not going to be in trouble. I know defensively everyone says, oh, he's been taking shots. If he wants to box him, he'll box him. And that's what I think he'll do. He'll box him for 3 or 4 rounds, and then he'll wipe him out. He does what, I honestly think he does whatever he likes in there.
I tend to agree with you, Leon, because I think also with that jab, once he puts Lemieux on the back foot, it's pretty much over. Yeah, because Lemieux when he's backing up, he's not effective. So once that fucking jab gets going, I think it's going to be it's going to be night very soon. So yeah.
Anything else, guys?
Quickly, you want to say he's in a no-win situation, I think, Golovkin, don't you? I don't think it gives him a belt, which I'm all about. I'm happy for him to gather belts, but if he, I think you said earlier, Kimo, if he wins it easy, everyone says Lemieux's a bum. If he goes long and gets hit and dropped, he's a bum. So it's just like, he's in such a difficult position because
well, not necessarily, because if he. Look, it's only going to add more to his reputation, right? Even if he flattens him out, he's still building up that Mike Tyson kind of vibe to him, which the casuals will buy into, which HBO will love, obviously. And if that can be considered a success, then I don't think it's necessarily bad for him. Those fucking sourpusses who tell him to move up to fight Andre Ward, those are not the majority here. Let's get this straight. These are not the people that buy into the fucking fights, yeah? It's I mean, the guy was in a fucking Apple commercial,
I'm only hearing them, they're like the Republican Party. I follow American politics. They just shout the loudest. And it's me, I've got to stop listening to this shit. It's my own fault. I'm going to give myself a Connery, listening to people like someone, if you've got the time to look up on StubHub to see if Golovkin isn't selling tickets to then tell me about, you need to get out more. You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, you've got an
70
agenda.
tickets on StubHub. I mean, who cares?
They've got an agenda, Leon. They hate the guy for some fucking reason, which I don't understand why. I don't understand why you would hate the guy. And I also don't understand people who overly defend him.
They're just as bad. There's a couple of crazies who phone up the Boxing Voice who just shut up, you're doing no one any fucking favours here.
No, it's not. And to be honest, I was listening to that show as well from yesterday, and Ness was a bit pissed about some of the treatment, that the media got, and then people jump to his defense, which I don't understand. You're not even there, so how the fuck would you know, how they're treating the media. If
Yeah, that was pathetic. Why?
if a guy is going over there spending his money to get coverage and he's not getting it properly, that's his fucking right to complain about it, and you're going off a YouTube interview to jump to the rescue of it. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that's a bit too much, man.
Off the biggest fan, an interview with the biggest Triple G fanboy of all, his trainer, that man's in love with him. Well, I mean, he doesn't. He does no favors.
I actually like him. But if you go into that extent when you're clearly not involved in that scene, like you're not a media member, then why are you talking about something that you have no knowledge of? When there's other people who are leaving their house and putting their work in to get this shit done. So then you just make yourself, look less credible.
Like a fanboy, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's the guys who hate on Triple G are kind of like the guys in the Mixer chat who still heart the show. There used to be a lot of them, but they're slowly dying off.
I've been rattling out my hearts. I'm having to heart our own show.
I'm still hiding it.
It's only me. It's only Kimo and me who are hearting it, and Marcus.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Don't heart it.
Go long dick style as well. He's hard in the show. Shout out to him.
But
don't write us iTunes reviews. Don't heart the show. I don't give a fuck. Do what you want.
I don't give a fuck.
But I just find it frustrating that the whole agenda around him is so frustrating, because he's everything you should want. He's a big puncher, and if you like big punchers, you're gonna love him. And if you like skilled boxers, he's got so many skills. So I don't understand why you wouldn't like him, unless you're one of those demented Andre Ward fans. But it just seems so weird to me. That country's fucking messed up over there.
No, listen, that's a good point. I was actually going to call up to the Boxing Voice yesterday, but I think a couple of guys have stole my thunder by talking about it. The American boxing scene at the minute is fucking... There's no depth to it. There's nothing to it. There's a couple of elite guys. Andre Ward, Errol Spence, Keith Furman, Andrade. That's it. I mean, I could... Apart from the 154-pound division and Andre Ward, I could name a British fighter who could beat any American fighter.
Calm down, Chew. Don't get us in trouble now.
Fucking, no, seriously. Apart from... I was thinking about this. Right, the compass just said Gabe Rosado, so what is that? No, that's 154. I said I don't do 154.
Smith.
Apart from the 154, okay, DSG, the compass said in the chat, fucking Kell Brook.
Yeah, give us one more compo. Come on, hit us with another fighter.
Apart from the 154-pound division and the fucking Andre Ward, anybody.
Colin Grove.
An American fighter. Deontay, the compass is. Anthony Joshua.
Joshua knocks him out, yeah. Easy work.
Fury probably beats him as well.
Yeah, and Fury knocks him out. Who's next?
There you go, you've got no depth.
And actually, the talent, a lot of it
Frankie
are just
Gomez.
not fighting.
Who's Frankie Gomez? Someone tell me who Frankie Gomez is.
Frankie Gomez is the fat lightweight. Christ. Pick
Flanagan kills him.
Terry Flanagan, yeah. Take your pick, there's 5 of them.
Flanagan kills
Five guys who could beat Frankie Gomez.
Drew, you mentioned Andrade, by the way. He's not fighting, so that's another talent gone to waste.
Herrera, too.
He's Mexican.
Oh, yeah, he's Mexican. Good point. Yeah, you're not
Fuck, I couldn't think of it.
to say Frankie Gavin.
I think Frankie Gomez is 140. I don't think he's 135.
Oh, shit. Terence Crawford. I think he's got us there. Gary Russell.
Oh, Gary Russell.
Yeah, everyone.
Selby.
People on this panel. Gary Russell.
I mean, I'll go, even though I said I'm contradicting myself, Lee Selby and Gary Russell is a 50-50 fight.
You just totally went back on that.
That's the one time I'm cheering for Lee Selby.
Warrington beats Gary Russell easy.
Yeah, Warrington destroys Russell.
In Leeds, kills him.
Knocks him out in 3 rounds.
In America, he gets knocked out.
Yeah. In Leeds, it's a different ballgame.
Yep.
The thing is that they're naming 140-pound fighters like Terence Crawford and Josecito Lopez. That's the one division where the fucking UK is quite weak.
We got Bradley Saunders, but
Bradley Saunders would headbutt, would get disqualified, wouldn't he? He's horrible.
yeah.
Unless we get Frankie Gavin down there,
Bradley Saunders.
Frankie Gavin might outbox Crawford.
Nah, he'd get fucked up.
Of course he would. Adrian Broner.
Kell Brook.
Nah, 140 though.
Oh, okay.
Who have we got at 140? No one.
I'll send Luke Campbell up to take care of that.
Oh, Tony Bellew's asking who beats BJ Flores. You do, Tony.
Yeah.
Willie
Yeah.
Monroe Jr., Chris Eubank Jr.
Yeah, Chris Eubank Jr. kills him.
Easily.
Or Billy
Yeah,
Joe
easy.
Saunders.
The juniors versus junior. This is a fun game.
Yeah.
Who's
The chat's on
got-
fire.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm 90. You can get 90%.
Who's Roberto Ortiz? Who's he?
Roberto Ortiz. Isn't that the fucking heavyweight? Who's Roberto?
Yeah, that's from Segura.
Oh, that's Luis Ortiz who's fighting. That's somebody else. Who's Robert Ortiz?
You can't use Mikey Garcia because he's not a fighter anymore.
He's on the bench.
Yeah, he's on the bench hard. And you can't use Eastern Europeans who fight in America column. Not allowed.
You saying go wacky.
Yeah.
Hello,
Tony Bellew.
Anyway,
Anyway,
are we talking about Roman Gonzalez?
Yep.
Oh,
are we finished with Triple G?
Yep.
Yep.
Go ahead, shoot.
Yeah,
Go on.
this guy is apparently pound for pound number one.
Call him a beast, Chew. Call him a beast.
He's like a Pokemon. He's good. You can't not say that he's not good. I've seen the YouTube clips. You know, he's fucking awesome. That said, I think Brian Voria, I have no idea if he could win. I've kind of saw one of his fights, I think. So I mean, I'm not even gonna give an opinion on this fight. I mean, I don't really know these guys. I'm just tuning in. I was listening to the HBO podcast, and they were saying that Roman Gonzalez is 46-0.
Yep. 45-0, isn't he?
45-0. Okay, so he's quite
That's
close
right.
to Floyd Mayweather's record. And just looking at the names he's fighting, you know, I'm not totally familiar with that division, but he's fought Estrada. If he beats Valoria, he's beat Valoria. He's beat a whole bunch of guys' names. His resume is probably better than Floyd's.
Yeah, he's 43-0. And I'm with Chew. I've not really seen much of Valoria. I think I've only saw the Estrada fight, which he lost. I've seen about 6-7 Chocolatito fights, so I can't really give an opinion. I'm picking Roman Gonzalez in the prediction league, but I can't really give my thoughts on how the fight's going to play out, to be honest.
I want to give my pick, Cam, but I'm scared, man. I don't want to do it.
Just don't give
Don't
it.
do it.
Don't curse Chocolatito.
Keep it to yourself.
I see.
I've been hyping this guy for a while.
You have, haven't you? Yeah, to be fair.
I've been watching this guy for years. Me and Nota have been talking about him for years, and he's a fucking brilliant fighter, man. And I'm just gonna say this: I'm really, really happy that he's getting this stage. That's all I fucking care about at this point. That HBO is putting him on the undercard, which is perfect, by the way.
He does
They
deserve this kind of limelight.
But it's such a good strategy to promote these little guys, you know, because if you put them on the headliner, nobody's gonna fucking care. But if you put it on a Golovkin undercard, you know, and he's a puncher, Golovkin's a puncher, they mesh perfectly, you know, it's the perfect undercard fight to get everybody hyped up. You saw it last time, right?
Yeah,
When
because he was on the Monroe Jr. undercard, wasn't he?
Yeah, and did you hear the crowd? You know, like he fucking demolished Sosa, you know, with like combination punching. It was beautiful, you know, and it got everybody hyped up, and it's such a good way of promoting him, and I'm glad they're finally doing it. They finally woke up and started promoting this guy and getting behind him, because before that, I mean, he was fighting in fucking Japan, you know, like he didn't have a platform. So I'm really happy for that, and I hope he obviously continues to do well, and HBO gets even more behind him, and he's going to stop Valoria, because Valoria is a really good fighter, has always been, good power, also a decent resume, but he's kind of over the hill. I wouldn't say he's shot, but he's on the downslide of his career.
But don't you think that Chocolatito would have beaten him in his prime? I think he would have beaten him in his prime.
Yeah, of course he would. Of course he would. But I think now it would be a bit easier, obviously. Yeah. No, I don't think there's anybody that can beat this fucking guy. I think he's that good. And
he's good name, isn't he? For that weight division, Valoria is well known, isn't he? As well known as you were going to get.
Valoria is an absolutely fantastic fighter, and not only that, with age, one of the last things to go is your power. So he does need to be careful, because Valoria can crack.
Yeah.
He definitely can. And Choco's, he's slick. I would call him a slick offensive fighter. He does slip punches really, really well, but he can be hit. So it could get interesting if he gets cracked by Valoria.
It's all those fighters who use that front foot to apply pressure are in danger of getting hit, aren't they? Because they're going for it.
Absolutely, man, and that's
why I love those fighters.
Yeah. But that's boxing, man, and that's, to be honest, that's a really, really difficult skill to have, and a lot of people don't give that credit. Like guys like Golovkin and Gonzalez, the way they fight, it's so difficult to come forward like that and make those subtle little movements, slip punches, counter immediately with body shots, for example. To be offensive and defensive at the same time, it's not easy, obviously, and you're going to get hit. But in order to do it successfully, like Gonzalez does, and even Roberto Duran back in the days, like it's so difficult. But people don't see that as boxing nowadays anymore. I don't understand why.
Yeah, because I think he is skill-wise, I think he's probably better than Golovkin, and I think his ability to slip a shot while moving forward is, like you said, he doesn't get enough credit for that head movement and the ability to slip a shot on the inside at the same time as throwing. He's a super highly skilled fighter, and I hate these people who are like, "Oh, he can't be number one pound for pound." But why? This is what, if you're going to bother doing those stupid fucking girly little lists, then this is what that fucking girly little list is for. So you can say a flyweight is a pound. This is what the pound for pound list was for, right? So you can rank these people. He's as skilled as any world champion out there.
Leon, just to get back to what I was saying, sorry, Chu, real quick. Like, a lot of people nowadays, they talk about guys like the Charlos or like Lara, and they say, oh, these are so-called skilled boxers. Yeah? Well, let me tell you something. Guys like Chocolatito are more fucking skilled than guys like Lara. Because what Lara does is mostly athleticism. He gets off first, and he uses his legs to get the fuck out of the way. You never see him throw combinations. Yeah, you never see him slip punches. You never see him roll with shots. He never fucking does this shit.
You're right. It's a myth now, isn't it? This myth of the slick fighter who never I'll hit and not get hit, but don't engage in the fight either. So are you an athlete or a fighter? Because I think there's two kinds of boxers.
It's ridiculous.
And old boxing is those guys, the ones who apply pressure and try and win fights, not the run. I'll say it, not the runners.
Because if you look at the movement, right? If you look at like the upper body movement of Chocolatito and Golovkin, the way it's all one fluid movement. That punch that Golovkin hit Rubio with, for example, he was moving his body out of the way of the punch. Fair enough, he got hit, but he didn't get hit clean. And his body kind of just moves over the shot, and he comes over it with the right hand. That is so fucking difficult to do. And the people that think that is not skill, please, I know you have never laced up a pair of fucking gloves. Go to the gym and try that shit. It's a lot more difficult than running away, pawing with a jab and running away.
Because the thing that Chocolatito does when he slips on the inside and throws that overhand right is a thing of beauty, because they're missing, and within milliseconds they're getting slammed in the face. It's an incredible.
Yeah,
it's absolutely the best. It's the best. That is the most technical thing you can do. Is fight on the front foot, slip a punch, and knock a guy out in the same second.
Go ahead, Chu.
Nah, Leon just kind of said it. He just Gonzalez stays in the pocket. You know, there's no kind of backward steps. If he does take a backward step, it's to trap a cunt. Just to let the guy lead so he can lead back. Yeah, great fighter. I mean, he must be a great fighter if he's made me reconsider my fucking flyweight hiatus. So, credit to him. Credit to Valoria for taking the fight. A couple of people in the chat are taking issue with the fact that I've said that Gonzalez has arguably got a better record than Floyd Mayweather. Listen, I don't fucking know tons about the flyweight division, but just looking at the fucking guys and for what I've heard from other podcasts, other sources, this guy Gonzalez has been facing prime guys in the prime weight class immediately. It's not like he's fucking making a guy wait years or fucking making him move up in weight, making him wait down weight, catching a guy off a loss. You know, Valoria, he's coming off a 4-fight win streak, free the last KO. You know, he's fucking facing these guys at the most dangerous time. And I know hit one I said that I would fucking walk fast a fucking flyweight in the past. Times have changed, mate. You know, fucking good boxers are fucking 10 a penny nowadays. There's not many of them.
I don't care about Floyd's resume anymore. He's retired. Don't care. You don't need to compare these people. Let's just look at this guy in front of us and think.
Wait a minute, Leon. Marcus R in the chat saying, Chew running on that second hand knowledge, fucking typical Scotsman. Fuck you fucking cunt. What the fuck are you all about, mate? Where are you from, Marcus R?
Holy shit.
Television, telephone, fucking penicillin. That's just to fucking start. Bolt. You didn't like me, fucking listen to another fucking podcast, prick. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, worst.
What was I saying to you?
I don't even know.
We love you, Marcus.
No, Leon, you were saying that Mayweather is irrelevant now, that his resume doesn't...
I don't care about...
Oh, no, wait a minute. I fucking hate these cunts. Just because I've got a different opinion, you want to get fucking personal with me. Mate, I would fuck you up in a fight. I would... We all fucking know it. I would fuck you up. So fucking... Didn't even fucking say this shit to me.
Oh.
I'm not even fucking lying. Come test me.
Yeah.
Lawless.
Don't mess with Chew, man. He's a blue belt.
He's gone crackers.
I'm fucking better than that.
He put you in a guillotine, man. It's over. But yeah.
I'll get back to it. What I'm saying is, let's just enjoy Chocolatito. Like other people are allowed to enjoy Floyd. Just enjoy him. Don't get too wound up.
Enjoy that. Chocolatito, fucking brilliant. You've got a feast on Saturday. Why do people want to mourn?
Man. Well, we can't talk
A
because we're just
boxing
salty
feast and you've got a wee fucking... Tonight you've got some classic fights. I'm fucking exaggerating, I know, but tonight you've got a little fucking classic. A wee Fonfara clever, a wee aperitif. Indicating.
A muse bouche, Chew, a little muse bouche.
A little muse bouche, a little starter.
Yeah.
On a fucking 30-course menu.
Oh, yes.
Before the fucking main event on Saturday. It's going to be a great weekend for boxing.
Yep. All right, let me jump in quickly. I'm not going to talk about the prediction league just because it's ongoing and there's fights tonight as well, so I'll leave that. But I just want to give a quick shout to the chat. We got AC UK, Jack Q16, Bill Bones 101, KH Neto 1725-1, Basileos Z334, Tico, NK Halfie Hit 1, Mr. Dermo, Marcus R. Rudenotto 69, Marky Mark TMT, Tony Bellew, The Compa, Nesmatic, J Swede, The A-Side, Column, D Segura, Jason 268, Kid Galabon, Wasif 1, Hammer and Hamada, Gil Avidis, and some guests. Marcus, we do love you.
Thank you, everybody.
Marcus kicked the hornet's nest, didn't he?
Yeah. All right. let's.
No,
Yo, it's you,
Marcus,
man.
I'm
Shook
sorry,
it to his
mate.
boots.
Marcus, I'm sorry. I want to thank you. I was half asleep. I've been working all week. Now I fucking got my energy back. We're only 1 minute 46 into this. 1 hour 46. We're fucking ready to go. Let's fucking do this coalition. Let's go.
All right, Chew. I'll start with you then tonight. Tonight, Chew, my boy King J will be attending the Cleverly Fonfara fight in Chicago. What's your thoughts on that fight?
Fucking King J's gonna be all over that like fucking Gabriel Montoya on a play. He's gonna report the fuck out that like it's a drug story. What's my view on the fight or fucking King J being there? I hope King J has a great time. Fucking in regards to the fight, I think Fonfara's gonna knock him out late. I think Cleverly's got a ton of heart, but he's not got any power. He does have boxing skills, but he's got a tendency to fucking get involved in a war. And I think that's right up Fonfara's street. I think Fonfara's technique is underrated. He's tight. You know, a fucking sloppy guy like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. didn't have any fucking chance against him. So I've got Fonfara all day.
Wow.
Kimo, your thoughts?
Well, I actually don't have that much to add to it. I mean, I totally agree with you, Chu, on every front, but I'm not going to go with Fonfara. I'm going to go with Cleverly. Just because, I don't know, I want to rep the Wales flag, man. That's what I want to do. So, my random pick of the fucking day is Cleverly. I hope he fucking takes that.
You know what? I'm a big fan of Clever as well, and I don't think it's going to be that easy for Fonfara. I don't really rate Fonfara that highly. I know he's pretty good, but there's fights I've seen him in where he's looked sloppy. Was it that Dudu Ngumbu fight? He looked terrible. The Stevenson fight, everyone kind of buzzed that he dropped Stevenson, but apart from getting dropped, man, the guy fucking lost almost every other round, and he got dropped himself multiple times. He was hurt to the body and to the head multiple times. But it is Stevenson. He's a big puncher, so you let him off. But, you know, he beat Campillo, Carpensis, and like, if you take Stevenson and Chavez Jr. off his resume, he's not really got that many big wins. So I still think he'll beat Clev, but I think it'll be a close fight. I think maybe Clev might win it in most people's eyes, but in Chicago, Fonfara's kind of made a home base there. I think he'll win it on the cards, regardless whether he's actually won it or not.
Cam, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
You said you're a fan of Cleverly, right?
Yep.
I'm also a fan, but I don't even know why, to be honest. Do you know why? I mean, I really don't know. I just somehow I want that guy to win. I can't tell you anything that specifically I like the guy because he's not that good. His personality is...
He's a miserable fucker, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not... I mean, I don't know why, but maybe it's the bandana or something. I really don't know. But I've always supported him, even against Bellew.
That's the problem. It's because Bellew's such an enormous penis that you always have to go the other way.
Yeah, but I've always rooted for Clev. I don't know why. He's a likable guy in my eyes.
See, the thing is, when it comes to the ring, it comes down to like Bon Jovi music and shit. And
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Bon Jovi, man.
And it's just, fucking hell, where are you getting your entrances from? It's just like generic 101. And it's, for a guy, I mean, he's also like got a degree in maths and some shit. But when he fights, he's very, I don't know, bland. Maybe I'm being disrespectful to him. I don't really see the kind of excitement. There's nothing really to get excited about. I'm not saying he's not a tough cunt. He is a tough cunt. He's against Kovalev he showed a lot of heart, but I can't see him beating Fonfara. I just think really the power is going to be the difference.
Yeah, agreed.
Leon, your thoughts?
I think he gets knocked out for the first time. On the second time, I think he gets. Yeah, I think Fonfara is going to ice him. I think he's got an Eastern European problem, and it's going to come to the fore again. You can get Kovalev.
Okay, my boys Kev jump back on. Kev, are you there? Maybe just listening. My other boy, Hammering
Yeah,
Hamada.
yo,
Oh, he's
I'm
back.
back.
Oh,
You can go to Hamada first, though.
Alright, Kev. My boy,
Get my
Hammering
stuff set
Hamada.
up.
Hammering Hamada.
Yo.
What's happening, Hamada?
All good, man. Can't complain.
We're just touching on Cleverly from Fonfara. Just give your thoughts and we'll come back to the rest of the fights later.
I can't even be arsed, man. I mean,
You sounded like Harry, man. I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
we all know why Cleverly's going out there to earn some money. That's the truth.
Earn with Hearn.
And with Hearn, that's the way. Yeah, I from Fonfara points, I don't think Cleverly.
So you're not staying up for this fight then?
Nah, no way, man.
Casual.
No way. My sleep's better than watching a guy that's just going to be in the ring for a payday and he's going to try and go the distance. But I think he'll go the distance. I don't think Fonfara will stop it. I mean, if he could take Bellew's power, you know how Bellew carries power. I mean, 24 rounds of Bellew. I mean, nobody's going to stop him. Only Kovalev. He's a different
Got
animal.
granite chin.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Alright, Hamada. Back to Kev. Kev, you there?
Kev is shot, man.
Kev.
Kev's got bigger fish to fry at the moment.
Alright. Let me just look at the schedule for the rest of the fights. Kei Kono versus Koki Kameda. To be honest, I don't know much about either guy. But Kev's boys fighting tonight as well. Sean Monahan versus Don George on True TV in Brooklyn.
Is that Don the Bomb, George?
The bomb.
Is this
Don
isn't
the
this
Bomb,
a decent
George?
guy or
Yeah,
what?
bum.
Bomb George. Is this guy a threat to Sean or what?
I hope not. If it is, that doesn't say a lot for Sean, right?
Let me box check this.
Nah, but this is probably one of
He's
the
a
better
lighter
guys.
dude.
This is probably one of the better guys he's fought, except that he's small. He's a 68 pounder. He's not a 75. He's not a light heavyweight. So Sean should be a lot bigger than him.
Oh, this guy got stopped by Caleb Truax, man.
Yeah. And he popped for something like codeine or something last test.
Oh yeah, Stevenson fought him as well. Now I remember.
I think he went like 11 with Stevenson.
12.
11 rounds.
Yeah, 12 even. Fuck.
He went 12. All right. Yeah.
Also lost to Edwin Rodriguez.
Yeah.
But we all have to go back to the fact he got knocked out by Truax.
Yeah, Truax is a fucking bum.
Yeah.
I know
not a
you
good
like
look.
him, Cam. I know you like him, but Truax is a fucking bum.
No, I don't like him, to be honest.
Nah,
That's
I've
not
heard
a
you
good
say-
look at any point. Getting laid out by Truex. Yeah, Sean's got to knock him out. If he doesn't, that's a bad look.
Yeah, I've got him stopping him. I think Shawnee will get to him later rounds.
Anyone else?
Nah,
It's gonna be a weird. It's in that aviator. It's not that big, but a lot of people are getting tired of. A lot of people are getting tired of Sean's fights. Like, he used to sell a lot more tickets. Now it's like if it's not on a good card or he's not fighting somebody they know. Like the Mariki fight, he sold a lot of tickets because people knew Mariki fought good fights and stuff. But now the novelty's wearing off and a lot less people are going except more like his closer friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that is expected to happen, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, not if they would have stepped him up already. Obviously, they're not. So, he's basically just an attraction. You know what I mean?
Yep. Anyone else?
Yo, did he spar Tony Bellew?
Yeah, when Bellew came to New York, he sparred a lot of the people in the Brooklyn gym. Like, he sparred Danny Jacobs. He sparred the guy who beat Shawnee in the Golden Glove finals. I think his name's Paul Smith. I can't remember. Sparred Sean.
The Paul Smith?
No, a different Paul Smith. Maybe it's not his name. I can't remember his name. But he beat the shit out of him. But Bellew beat the shit out of the guy that beat Shawnee in the Golden Gloves.
Bellew's a fucking beast, man.
Bellew's a big dude. He was a lot bigger than Sean, too. He had a lot of size on him.
Well, he's a cruiserweight, isn't he?
Allegedly, Sean knocked him down in the first round. Rumored.
Allegedly.
Rumored.
Nice.
Bellew's
then-
a big guy, innit? He just drags
and
in
then-
at the weights.
And then Bellew got up mad and started trying to put it on him, and they went at it. It was give and take. It was 50-50.
KH, did you know Bellew used to lose 2 stone before every fight when he was fighting at light heavyweight?
I could imagine. I don't know what 2 stone is, but it seems like a lot. 'Cause he was big.
2 stone is like 28 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Well, let's see. They fight at 175. Sean already rehydrated to 190 in 24 hours, less than 24 hours. So he probably walks around at Sean usually walks around at 193, 194. So he's close to 20 pounds up.
Yeah, he used to leave the last bits of his soul on the scales.
I could imagine that.
Well, that's what he tells everyone, anyways. And now apparently he's nice at cruiserweight, and he cuts 10 pounds nice and easy.
He's got his man
That's what
boobs.
homeboy in the chat said, right?
Anyone else regarding Shawnee? Should we move on? I'll take that as a no. Kev, you stepped away earlier when we were talking about the Golovkin fight. What's your thoughts on that?
I'll be there. I'm hyped to see Chocolatito or whatever, however you pronounce his name, in person. I got good seats. Shout out to Segura hooking it up. So I got some good seats. I sold my seats, did a flip, and I'm excited. I think it's gonna be fun to watch. I got to see him live at least once, because I saw him in the Curtis Stevens fight, but that was a little different. I want to see this fight, and I don't know. I just think Triple G, it remains to be seen. He's got to beat a Ward level or top level guy, but at this point, just the eye test, he's probably the most complete fighter I've seen in the last, I don't know, since forever, since I've been watching boxing. I've never seen a guy with that much everything: power, footwork, balance. Supposedly he has a monster chin. He spars cruiserweights and heavyweights and eats punches. If that's true, forget about it. If his chin's really unbreakable and he got that power and that type of punch arsenal, it's unreal. Because they showed, what's his name, on Steve Kim's YouTube channel, they showed a couple combinations, and they show him throw that weird left hook that he knocked out Rubio with. You
The
could tell
downward one.
Yeah, he practices that to go around the high guard and strike downwards on your forehead. He practices that shit, man. That's crazy. I've never seen a punch variety with that much power to go along with it. And then you include his footwork and his balance, his defense. I don't know. A lot of guys have a lot of things. He doesn't have anything missing.
Yep.
That's not me typing this time.
No, it's
by the
Chew.
way.
Chew, you're typing a bit loud, Chew.
Dope. Sorry.
No worries. Hamada, you just jumped on. Your thoughts on the Triple G Lemieux fight?
Last night I had a dream. I had a dream that Lemieux dropped
Who, you,
him in
Martin
the
Luther
second
King?
round.
Seriously?
Nah, yeah, seriously, I'm not even joking. I had a dream that Lemieux dropped him in the second round and Golovkin was on
Damn,
wobbly
that's what you're
legs.
dreaming about? Half-naked dudes in a boxing ring?
Nah, man. But,
I'm just busting your balls, man.
Because the night, just before I was asleep, I had a look at Twitter, and then it was the last thing that I went to sleep with, innit? What I was looking at. And then, yeah, and Golovkin couldn't recover, and Lemieux knocked him out in the third round. And I woke up this morning, and I was thinking, no, that didn't happen. And I looked, today's Friday. The fight's on
Shit.
Saturday.
I'm putting a cheeky bet on a third round knockout for Lemieux, man.
I don't know why, but it's crazy. I don't know how that came about, but I mean...
Well, it's funny you said that, because earlier when we were talking about the fight, I said that I've got a feeling that Golovkin's going to hit the canvas. Not hard, but he's going to get dropped, so maybe we're both right. We'll see.
I don't know, man.
I think you're both, or literally one of you is dreaming, so we can discredit that, basically.
And the other guy's an idiot.
I think you're shot, Cam. I think you're shot.
Oh, so what?
Man,
No, wait, Leon. Where are you in the prediction league?
Yeah. No, you're not as shot. I'm not saying I'm not shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't get me
Fair
wrong.
enough.
I'm not bigging myself up. I'm dragging you down to my level.
I got into an argument with Sam on Twitter. I'm questioning Lemieux's power. I think it was last week or Monday. I was like, when you really look at it, he dropped Ndam a lot, who everybody drops. But the bigger guys like Rubio, he didn't hurt. You know,
we said this, yeah.
Yeah, who is he really knocked out or hurt? Like, I think his power is very overrated.
He hasn't got that. He hasn't got that. Short circuiting power, has he?
Nah, he does.
I don't know
man.
if he has any power. Like, he's only knocked. Like, Curtis Stevens has one punch power, and he knocks out C-level opponents, and he knocks them out cold. He fights B and A level opponents, and he's not able to land or hurt people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I agree completely.
Nah, I think he does.
Lemieux might be one of those power. Lemieux might be one of those guys.
Nah, I think he's got power. He beat the hell out of Rosado, man. I mean, you look at Quillen. People talk about Quillen as this big puncher. I don't think Quillen hurt Rosado once in their fight. And
The whole Quillen being a big puncher originated from Gabe Rosado wanting to throw shade on Golovkin by acting like he has illegal gloves, and that's why he said Kid Chocolate hit harder, and Golovkin had hard gloves, but he don't hit that hard. Dude, he fucking had a flu and buried you.
Exactly.
Yeah, he had your trainer literally crying to your dad about you dying. I don't want to hear about him not having power.
He left your face looking like a butcher who'd got pissed off of a joint of meat, didn't he? He scarred that guy up forever. I mean, that was
son's
horrible.
gonna die.
Nah, but I think Lemieux's power is right. I think he beat the hell out of Rosado. And Quillen is a big puncher. I think we've seen Quillen fight. Quillen normally drops guys. He's got one punch power, but Quillen's problem is he just doesn't work hard enough. He don't have no work rate.
Quillen's a big guy all around. He's a huge middleweight. I'll be surprised if he makes the middleweight limit versus Jacobs.
I think
that would be weight.
No, I'm not out. No, he's with Heredia now. I bet he makes it.
Animal status.
He's gonna look shredded. I wonder
What
why.
do you guys think about the potential pay-per-view buys? It looks like I remember I was saying I think he's going to do 325, and that's a huge success. And now Loeffler's looking like he's trying to hedge his bets and talk about 200 will be a great success. I'm like, well, 200 might be profitable, but if you're trying to build a star, you kind of want to be around that 300 mark because Floyd's first pay-per-view was around 300, Canelo was around that 330. That's kind of the number you want to be at, right?
Yeah. I think if you aim big, you get big. If you walk around with your head down, you won't get anywhere. Whereas if you walk around oh, this is going to be a success, we're going to fucking do this. My fucking boy's got an Apple Watch commercial. I think the promoter should be fucking positive about it. I'm pretty sure it does over 300,000, but I've no idea. I've no idea what the American public think of Golovkin, so maybe you would know better than me.
Yo, Kev, are there any other big events going on tomorrow night? Sports-wise?
Baseball playoffs, which is always big. I believe baseball playoffs. But I firmly believe, I don't believe that whole thing, something was on, that killed the ratings. Something was on, that killed the pay-per-view buys. If people want to see it, it doesn't matter what's on. They're going to watch it.
Yeah, because I think you're right, because there is about, in America, there's about a maximum of 1.2 million people who buy a pay-per-view, right? They're boxing fans. And it's how much of that market you get, right?
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Same thing with ratings on HBO, Showtime, and those. You're looking at a 1.1 or 1.0 if it does really well. So if it gets a 0.5, 500,000, you can't say, well, there was other things on TV. I'm like, come on, there's always other things on TV,
Exactly. I mean, look at Keith Furman and Robert Guerrero. What did that get? 3 million? And the last one got 425,000?
I don't even know.
That's what Twitter says. I mean, that just shows you the scale.
Yeah.
It's
even, I got to bring a wrestling thing in here. Kimo and MV2 know.
Why not?
During the Monday Night Raw, during the Monday Night Wars, when wrestling was huge, they were getting 4, 5, 6 million views every Monday night, and that was going against Monday Night Football. Now that wrestling's not as good, they're getting 2.5, 3 million. The ratings gone down. It's the same thing with everything.
Are back, man. The Dudley boys are back.
Get the tables. It's the same thing, if it's good, people are going to watch it. If it's not, they're not. It doesn't matter what's on and what's not on. So, but I'm very pumped. And the thing is, they just made a press release that it's officially a sellout. I think they did it last night or this morning for the MSG thing. And when I went Yeah.
What about the 17 tickets that are on StubHub?
Oh yeah. There's 2,000 tickets that the secondary market is selling, so it's doing bad in sales. Like, come on.
Kev, it's interesting you brought up the wrestling. I was thinking about this the other day. You know when Kane came into the wrestling in 1997? And you know how he was booked? Right, obviously, The Undertaker was his antagonist. And this is how Manny Pacquiao was booked against Floyd Mayweather, right? The Kane went against The Undertaker's greatest rivals until that time, Mankind and Vader, and he destroyed them. And this is how Manny Pacquiao got as big as Floyd Mayweather. He went up against Oscar De La Hoya, destroyed him. Ricky Hatton, destroyed him. Up until then, Floyd was ducking Miguel Cotto, destroyed Miguel Cotto. So, I mean, that's the kind of thing that Golovkin's lacking. He's lacking a natural...
Paul Bearer? He needs his Paul Bearer?
Well, Tom Waffler kind of maybe just needs to kind of skip the sunbed a bit. But fucking, that's what Golovkin needs. He needs an antagonist. He doesn't have that, so he's got a tougher job to get as big as them.
But he's given up on his antagonist because his antagonist was Ward. Because Ward's somebody people love to hate, and people like to love Triple G. So,
nah, man, Ward is not even worthy to be a fucking heel. Come on, he needs somebody like Triple H, man. He needs somebody that stirs up controversy. Nobody gives a fuck about Ward. That would have never done anything for his career.
Did you say Triple H?
You say nobody gives a fuck about him, but like people do on Twitter and the hardcore fans do. So it's like everybody will get hyped on it. And the thing is, casuals get pulled into events when the hardcores are all behind it and they pull people in. Like hardcores are the people that do the promotion for events.
Kev, who are these 10 fucking Americans that stand behind Andre Ward?
It doesn't have to be stand behind him. People like me who hate him would love to see him get knocked out. But even though I know he's good, so I feel like if Triple G can knock him out, that shows that he's an all-time great type of thing. And I think Triple G has that type of ability.
Yeah, but do you really think that people would give a shit, except for the hardcores? Do you really think that would change anything?
Yeah, I think the hardcores would pull the casuals into that fight. I think it's something that would do 500,000 or 600,000 buys on pay-per-view.
I don't know about that.
You don't have to know, but Ward was doing good ratings on HBO when he was there. People watch him because he's good. People watch good fighters, and people like to hate him. He's an arrogant bastard. You give that a media day, a media hype. Virgil Hunter's on all these shows as a commentator. Things are going to get hyped up. And let's face it, it has the black versus white thing, which always produces big pay-per-views, big numbers.
I mean, yeah. I agree. Ward's got fans, whether people want to admit it or not. They're all over the forums.
Yeah, the people who hate Triple G are the Floyd Mayweather fans that are now Andre Ward fans.
Yeah, look.
Don't act like race isn't involved. Like, it is what it is.
Oh, it is what it is. But Chew, you can have 12 different logins for one different forum, so you can't. That's probably one Ward fan.
Kev, you said the ratings for Ward were good on HBO. What were the ratings?
He consistently was doing like the top 2 or 3 ratings on HBO. Even him versus Edwin Rodriguez did like 1.2 million. He always did well. HBO just didn't want to pay him to fight bums. That's why they kicked him over to, now I guess, BET. They didn't want to pay him $2 million to fight a bum. It wasn't happening. When they could pay 2 fighters $750,000 to get a 900 rating,
Yeah, some people in the chat have already said that Lemieux didn't have a choice. He had to fight Golovkin because HBO was putting pressure on Golden Boy, saying that we're not going to give you any more dates if you don't put Lemieux in against Triple G. That kind of strong arm tactic. I don't know if that's true or not, but it just kind of... I'm sceptical of that because every time Golovkin has a post-fight interview, Max Kellerman's like, "Oh, when are you going to fight Andre Ward?" You know what I mean? It's like they've got their kind of house fighters, and I don't really, if they're so keen to make Golovkin a star, why would you put him in against Andre Ward? Okay, it's a big fight, but I personally think Andre Ward would beat Golovkin, and there's that fucking deadhead right there. That fucking momentum. So if they're really interested in making Golovkin a star, I would just keep him in middleweight. He's a middleweight. He's not a super middleweight. Why would you put him in against a guy who's not going to look good against and probably lose?
But why are we talking about this again? Because Ward is moving up anyway,
exactly.
right?
That's
You
what
can't
I was
even
gonna say.
fucking make the weight. I mean,
They're
Kev, to
So
be
you
honest,
guys keep you keep saying like you brought up a good thing like Triple G is a middleweight. Like what do you guys think about the whole narrative that he's a small middleweight because he weighed in at 165 for this 30-day weigh-in? Like what happened last 30-day weigh-in when he weighed 171?
But it's
This
all,
just means he had back-to-back fights and he's still in shape. That's all.
But Durant was a small welterweight when he first went up, wasn't he? So
Yeah, Duran was a small lightweight who went up to welterweight.
Yeah,
then then he went up to super middleweight. Bernard Hopkins was consistently weighing in at 157, 158, 156 and a half, and he went up to 175.
I think the only difference is Triple G's age and height. It's like, is it worth going up there?
But you look at the guys who Golovkin faced in the amateurs regularly. He was fighting guys like Andre Durrell, Bute.
Yeah.
Knock
It comes down to
fuck
these
out.
pay-per-view numbers. If he does good pay-per-view numbers, like if he does 300,000, 325, ain't no one gonna be able to tell him and Rothfuss shit. They're gonna do whatever they want, however they want, because they're gonna be like, yo, we're like Canelo, we're the new Canelo. We could put 20,000 people in the seats, and we could do 300 grand pay-per-view on ourselves, 300K pay-per-view on our own.
And what do you think? Honestly, what do you think? Do you think he'll do it? Because you know more about this than you know any of us.
I don't know more about it. I talk about stuff after the fact. I'm not good at predictions. I don't act like I know more than I do. I just read the facts after they come out. I always thought it was going to do 300. I thought it was going to do 300. I feel like if you sell that many tickets and have this many people talking about it, enough people are going to buy it.
Yeah, but see the thing with the Apple Watch commercial. I mean, Triple G's name is nowhere on that.
Yeah.
And he didn't even talk.
I know a lot of people are probably looking at that like, oh, that's probably just some actor.
That's some random guy, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what you do, though? There's like 17, 18 million people watching Monday Night Football when that come on. Everybody asks, yo, who was that guy in that commercial? Who was that guy? You know what I mean? Enough people ask.
He's shadow boxing, man. They gotta know he's a boxer.
And the other thing is,
he also showed up on. He was on ESPN First Take. They actually talked about him on First Take. Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless and them.
And the other thing is too, they've done Apple adverts with other people, and they haven't named them. So it's just the way it works.
Yeah, but I mean,
who's eating, man?
Have you got? I'm eating. I'm trying to be sneaky about it, but
yeah, you're fucking not. Move the chocolate bar from the mic, man.
It's not. It's fucking a protein shake.
Nah, it's Space Raiders, man. Don't lie.
Nah, it's not. Anyway,
all I'm saying is, I heard someone tell me, the other day that this wasn't a big deal. Floyd could have got these people if he wanted to. Apple wouldn't touch Floyd with a fucking barge pole.
Who said Floyd could have got these people? That's retarded. Reebok didn't.
The name begins with N and it ends with an S.
Reebok didn't even want to give him a deal. They said you could use my stuff, but like that's it.
The guy's
no one wants to put him in commercials. Come on.
Exactly.
No brand would ever touch him.
Yeah. And that's why he said, I made my own brand. It's because no one wanted you. And you know why he said that, Kev? His name, it begins with N and it ends with an S.
It doesn't matter.
I guess that's the same show. The same show as somebody said to take 3 different bets.
Hold on.
When you're either going to lose money or win $5, because 50 is going to win 155.
Hamada, this isn't
this is
about Floyd. Huh? This isn't about. This is about people.
Wait.
This is about.
Why does that even matter? Why does it even matter?
Let me finish. What the only reason we're saying that is because people were trying to underplay the fact that a brand as big as Apple were interested in Triple G. It's not about, Nez brought Floyd into it. I didn't want to. They were saying that he could get these brands. He couldn't get these brands. That's my point. And you can't underplay a company as big as Apple making a move for someone like Triple G. It's huge.
It is.
Yeah, well, it doesn't even matter. So I don't even know why Floyd even got brought up into this.
You're such a fucking guardian angel, man.
It's Floyd. The truth, though. Like,
seriously, man.
Imagine if Floyd was had all these endorsement deals, he'd only be much bigger, making much more money.
He
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's the
be
point.
able
He
to.
can't get him.
Wouldn't be able
one's
to.
gonna
He
touch
beat
him.
the shit out of his wife. Nobody's ever gonna touch him, dude.
But I'm saying, imagine if that didn't happen and he had all these people.
It's like Barry Bonds
He'd
was the
only be
best
bigger.
player, but he was dirty with roids. No one's going to give him commercials. It's just what it is. Greg Hardy is not going to get commercials now. Like, that's what it is.
All I'm saying is, like, he's had a good career. He made a lot of money without endorsements and sponsorships in an era of when a lot of athletes are reliant upon endorsements and sponsorships.
Well, he was the highest paid athlete years over year without any endorsement dollars.
Exactly.
But
So you got to give
the other
Floyd
thing
credit
is
for that.
But other sports have salary caps, like, so you can only get paid a certain amount of money. Whereas
No,
Floyd doesn't
not
have
really.
those limitations. What do you mean, not really? There's salary
Footballers
caps.
can get paid as much as they want, as much as clubs want.
LeBron James could only make $23 million. Like, if he can make 50, they would pay him 50.
I'm talking about
Oh,
soccer players. Soccer players can make as much as they want to pay.
Yeah.
The clubs want to pay them, so I don't know about that.
So are we really gonna praise Floyd's money now? Is that what?
Nah,
we
but I'm just saying.
resort to?
I'm just saying. You lot just gave Floyd shit right now for basically not being able to attract sponsorships and all that.
No, we didn't give him shit.
Nobody was giving him shit. Well, all we were saying...
they wouldn't even go nowhere near him.
Yeah, but
Because it's true, because they don't.
won't.
We just
But
stated
why
the
would
fact.
they
We
go
just
nowhere
talked
near?
about how you can't downplay what Triple G did. Like, anybody could do it. Nobody... It's not true. The only other person that's getting sponsorships is Canelo, and we talked about it like last episode. He's no longer in commercials. They're not pushing his gear, and that's it. That's what we're saying. Boxing's a small niche sport where nobody's getting endorsements, and basically the most recognizable brand in the world right now had him on a commercial in front of the most watched TV show on American TV. That's
Which
all.
is huge. Yeah, which is
But I'm
huge.
just saying there was some Floyd hate there in the way.
I
Of course
swear.
we hate Floyd. He beats the shit out of women. What do you expect me to do? Fucking shake his hand?
He also beat the
Scum.
shit. He also beat the shit out of Manny Pacquiao, Miguel
Don't care.
Cotto,
I don't
Canelo. The long
Uh,
list,
don't
the long
care about
list
Manny
of people he
Pacquiao.
beat the shit out of as well.
When
That's what I
Manny
care about. I
Pacquiao
don't care who.
This isn't a Floyd. We're not even. It's not a Floyd conversation. It's a Triple G conversation.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't say anything, Floyd's name wouldn't have came up again. But you
No,
wanted to say stuff, and that's why I got defended. What we were just saying is that it's big that he got this endorsement. It means a lot. It's big for him. And we'll see if it translates into pay-per-view buys or anything like that.
And then I've got the guy from the TMT sister has come out telling me that Subway paid 3 times more money to Mike Lee. Apple are renowned poor payers. I can assure you of that.
What does that
Renowned
have to
poor
do with
payers.
anything anyway?
Yeah, anyway.
Mike Lee wasn't making no money for Subway.
It's not about the money, it's about the exposure.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on. Kev, anything you want to talk about before you go to the fights tonight?
Yo, you guys don't think does the Chocolatito fight last into the 6th, 7th round or not?
No.
Because this is my first time. I only saw him once, and I'm really going to see him live and to feel like the electricity in the crowd. Because I was there when Sergio Martinez knocked out Paul Williams, and I've never seen anything like that, and I kind of want to see that again. I guess I'm like a masochist or something, but I want to see somebody get flattened. Could that happen with Chocolatito, or is he more of a by attrition?
Yeah, it's more of a accumulation thing.
Yeah,
He's got good power, but at that weight, you don't have these, where you put somebody in a fucking coma type of punch. So expect a technical but brutal beatdown.
Like a barrage of punches and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And it will probably end within 5-6 rounds.
And do you think this leads to bigger things? Right now, he's basically being Triple G's like co-star. You think maybe he headlines an HBO card next year now that he has this on his resume and the other fight?
Well, I talked about that before, actually, Kev. I actually don't really want that to happen yet. I mean, if people latch onto it and he can headline, that's fine. But I think, given the prejudice that people have for those kind of weight classes, I think it's perfect that they tag him along with Golovkin. And I think they should keep doing that. That's fantastic exposure, and I don't think there's anything bad about being on Golovkin's undercard. I think that they're a perfect match, and they should keep doing it.
It's worked so far. They set attendance records on the East Coast and West Coast, so it's obviously worked. So we'll see. I think that's the thing I'm most excited to see, because I think it's a foregone conclusion. Triple G knocks this dude out in 3 to 5 rounds, depending on when he wants to. And I just want to see Roman Gonzalez in person to see what all the hype was about, because people were talking to him for like 2 years before I started watching him, because like Chew, we don't really watch the little guys. So be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm happy that both you and Chew have actually kind of been converted, man. That's it's good news.
Well, there's no choice. They're on the main stage. They're right there, so you can't ignore it anymore. And credit to him for doing that, working his way into the mainstream like that. Good for him.
Sorry, who are you talking about?
Roman Gonzalez.
Who's that?
Chocolatito.
It's not Mayweather, man. Leave it. It's not interesting for you.
Yeah, he's not in Vegas. He's not on TMT.
Who's that? Honestly.
Roman Gonzalez.
Oh, chocolate tits.
Chocolate tits? Chocolate tits.
Oh,
Hey, chocolate tits, come here.
flyweights, man. Oh, fuck's sake. That
Kev?
black hole.
Kev, anything else you want to talk about?
Jesus Christ, Hamada.
Nah,
you're
that's it, man.
shot
I got
at
it.
All right. Yo, Hamada, any topics you want to discuss before we go?
Yo, I just read that Brooks fight's off.
Yeah, you not know?
Nah, I
You're
just
late.
read it now.
Yo,
All
you
day.
Late to the party, kid.
You missed the first 25 minutes. Me and Kimo was shitting on him.
Oh my
We put our legs
god.
out, Kell Brook.
Hard as well, Hamada. It was horrible. It was like they were kicking a granny. It was nasty.
Right.
I just read as well, yeah, that apparently he's gonna be alright for December.
Yeah, exactly. That's just suspect, man.
Oh, mate.
Come
Oh,
on,
I
give
can't
yourself
believe it.
Oh,
You know, I would go in on Eddie Hearn right now, but I can't even be asked.
no, man, you haven't said the words Eddie Hearn is a cunt in your London accent for a while, so I want to hear it, bro.
Oh, come on, it's not gonna sound as good now. You're telling me to say it. It's
Yeah,
better
true,
when
true.
I just say it.
Yeah, but my theory behind the pullout was maybe he's not going to make the weight. Like, do you consider that the same theory, or do you got any other ideas?
You think it's made the weight?
Yeah, I think he's going to, because if he doesn't make the weight, he'll lose the belt on the scales, isn't it?
Yeah, but he'll just probably take the drugs that Kid Galahad was taking.
I don't know Kell Brook had a bro.
Nah, I think from what Leon said a few days ago, he said that they weren't selling no tickets. So it might just be that, and then we get Eddie Hearn special in December, loaded card, stacked from top to bottom,
Pay-per-view.
7-8 hours of boxing porn. You know how Eddie Hearn talks. Yeah, so I think that's what he's trying to do, because you know what, he's desperate to make pay-per-view. He was probably gutted when Sky told him F off. We can't do Brooke Chavez pay-per-view on his own. So he thought, let me just pull him off and then just stack the December card. And then because that December card, I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. It looks good, innit? From the fights that have been discussed, apparently Eubank and Sullivan and Joshua Dylan White, and you add Brooke Chavez to that. That's a great card.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
Hearn might charge £40.
no, I hope not. But the thing is, you're talking on possible fights, nothing apart from Josh and White's been announced yet fully. Like, Eubank might get injured, or fucking Spike might get injured, and everything else TBA at the moment. Mitchell's on it, but TBA. Bellew's on it, TBA. Luke Campbell's on it, TBA. So you can't really count your chickens before they hatch, yeah, Hamada.
Yeah, it's true. I agree. But so what? Have they scrapped the whole Sheffield card? Or?
No, that's going on now. Eubank's the headline, and obviously Gavin McDonald's on it as well. It's a fucking horrible card now. That card
You
just
can't
gone
be
from
serious.
yeah, that card's gone from terrible to fucking worse.
Wow. Eubank's going to headline in Sheffield.
Exactly, stupid.
And we give Eddie Hearn props for being this promoter wonder that takes fighters into their hometowns, and he's just hoping that Eubank can do what Joshua did a few times. When Joshua headlined in cities like Birmingham, and he's just hoping that he could, and he could very well do that. Eubank, I mean,
He could do. He'd be like the heel though, wouldn't he? The people, because that's what his dad did. It will just be like half of them love him, half of them hate him. It won't be like the rampant love that AJ gets.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, it could work.
Yeah. And I heard even they're looking at Gavin versus Eggington, December 12th. That's as bad as Heyman. I mean, don't you remember Heyman done the Ohio fight in Vegas? That's basically what Hearn's doing now.
Yep.
Yeah, and I still like that fight.
What a cunt.
I like the fight, but it does look like all these fights are just getting tailored to December for a pay-per-view. That's what it does look like. Especially with him saying that, Brook might be okay for December. Like, how the fuck? It's too early to tell if his fucking ribs are going to be okay for December.
But that's what Sky probably saying. We don't want to give you this money for Brook on this Sheffield card. You don't deserve our money. We want another pay-per-view from you. Now go and make it work for December. I think that's what it is, isn't it?
And the thing is, you're not guaranteed that Chavez will fight him in December. Chavez might get an offer from someone else and say, I'm fighting someone else.
Yeah, but if they're doing a pay-per-view with a stacked A-side, they can get a bum, can't they?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, but Chavez he makes peanuts, innit? So, Eddie Hearn might just
They're gonna
pop up, give him an extra $5,000, tell him. Oh.
Do you think he got paid for this? Do you think he would have got paid for this, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he'd probably be compensated.
Yeah.
But that's true, Hamada, but like, fucking Heyman might pick him up and use him for Spence or, one of his stable.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I mean, the state of boxing at the minute, it's just can't believe that, man. And Selby went the distance with Montiel. I didn't even watch it, but
you're horrible.
That's awful. I didn't even watch it, and just going the distance with Montiel was awful. Honestly, like Montiel is what a junior flyweight. What did he start his career at? And Selby's meant to be this huge featherweight that's gonna fill out to 130 and 135.
We're gonna give him a pass. It was his first fight in the US, but if this happens again, we are pulling the brakes on that train and departing.
Yeah, man. What was the excuse? Did he make any excuses like Frampton when Frampton said, the weight and that?
I was fighting on a sponge. No, I didn't hear the interview.
No, he didn't make any excuses. He just said that he was disappointed in his performance, but I didn't read any excuses.
It's like we were saying on Monday, Hamada, everyone's allowed a bad fight, right? As long as you win.
That's true. But I mean, if he fought someone, at least someone that was in his own weight class and had a bad fight, I mean, that's alright. I remember when Nonito Donen knocked his block off. He knocked Montiel out and Montiel's legs were shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was probably when they were fighting each other, probably down at bantamweight or something.
James Bennett, he's the Welsh Roger Mayweather.
Oh, shit.
Welsh Jeff Mayweather.
Oh, shit.
Anything else, Hamada?
Nah, nothing. Just.
What did you give your Triple G pick?
Nah, I didn't. I think Golovkin's gonna knock him out, man.
Yeah.
I think Golovkin's too good. Golovkin's a phenomenal
So
fighter.
you're going against your dream?
Yeah. That's the reason why it was a dream, because it didn't happen.
Nah, fuck that. You got to go with your dream, bro. Every time I've had a dream about a fight, that's what I've picked.
And how's that gone for you?
It's been okay. It's been one round up a couple of times.
The truth is, if I pick Lemieux, like, it's just gonna look like I'm picking Lemieux. So just in case if he wins,
You can be clever.
Yeah, I could look clever. Nah, I'm not going against Golovkin. I only think there's only one person within those weights that could beat Golovkin, and that's Ward. That can beat him, and that's a pick 'em fight. Ward Golovkin.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick anyone to beat Golovkin around them weights. Golovkin's a beast, whether we like it or not. He's a beast, but I just think it depends which Golovkin turns up. Because sometimes you know what he's like. He comes in and he just says, "I'm gonna deal with this guy early," like how he beat up Gil and Rubio, and then you get these fights where he plays around for a few rounds.
Has someone just put? I think I just saw someone in the chat saying, just wrote the word Andre Jarrell. I hope that isn't in reference to beating Triple G.
Yeah,
My boy Milos. I don't know.
We'd like to attach, so you see the word Darrell, and then you look up in the dictionary and you see another 2 words, epic failure. I'm sorry, epic fail. Every time. I hate the Durrells.
Golovkin beat him in the amateurs, and you'd think that would be a more suited for Durrell.
No,
Amateur fight.
Milos is saying Durrell beating Ward.
I like...
Nah,
I must really like Durrells.
He must be high on Durrell.
Yeah. Or high and watching Durrell.
I mean, Durrell didn't even beat the girl, so I mean...
Yeah. And as for the other one,
To play devil's advocate to Basilius, they were meant to fight in the Super 6 and both guys didn't want it.
Nah, Durrell pulled out.
Durrell didn't want it. I think Ward wanted it.
Yeah. Ward would fight anyone. Ward's begging for a fight.
I watched the documentaries, the Super 6 things, and it seemed to me that both guys didn't want it.
I love how someone's trying now to tell me that the Durrells beat Groves. I don't care. I don't care about Groves. All I know is that whenever Durrells step up, epic fail.
Yo, true. That's not true. I mean, didn't Durrell pull out because he had some issues, brain issues?
Yeah, apparently he was diagnosed
brain
with a fucking brain issue after a scan, man, which was...
And they were
Durrell was the
interviewing
one
him
who
at his
officially-
house. They were interviewing him at his house, and he was saying something about, the doctor said this, and they were interrogating him, and he didn't know how to answer the question. So you could tell it was a load of bullshit.
Well, you know, the scam was probably before the fight anyway, and they found issues with his brain back then.
Now, but
Amada, that was the biggest load of crap ever. If you have serious brain issues, which he was claiming, because he was talking about like, I can't sleep at night because I'm getting really bad headaches, and something came up in the scan. If that was true, you would never ever fucking get approved for another professional boxing fight. Yeah, that whole bullshit was a scam. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
A lie. It was a lie.
Yeah, it was a flat out lie. It was disgusting.
Flat out lie, yeah.
It was fucking disgusting.
I wouldn't expect anything less from the Durrells.
Dude, you hate them as much as me, man.
I can't stand them. I can't stand people who say they beat someone. Like, I mean, hey, look, we're talking about Froch. I'm no Froch fan, right? Everyone knows that. But he was winning that fight, and then he pussied out of it. Let's have it straight. He quit on himself and ran for 6 rounds, and that's why he lost the fight.
And against Abraham, he almost won an Oscar for that act. That was beautiful.
Oh yeah, that was a performance of a lifetime.
I mean, it's actually... Yeah, go ahead.
Basilius in the chat just said what I'm thinking. It was all a fraud and Ward was involved too. I mean, they didn't want to fight each other.
They're friends. They're friends. I don't think they wanted to fight.
Yeah, Segura said brain issues, meaning he's a moron.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well said.
No, but we drifted way off. Bandera and all these people, but Golovkin's gonna knock. He's gonna knock Lemieux out. But I think Lemieux. If Lemieux lands, it'll be interesting to see, because I think this is the true test of Golovkin's chin. I think if Lemieux lands a bomb, we're gonna see if Golovkin's chin is what they say it is to be. Because I saw Curtis Stevens land some clean left hooks, but I don't know. I think Lemieux carries more power than Stevens, because Stevens just knocks out the guy that comes to fight him. Like, those kind of the people he fights in, say, these tune-up fights. But he ain't really knocked anyone out, really, if you think about it.
Anyone decent?
Yeah, anyone decent. So I think we might get a test of GGG's chin.
It's not the chin I think you should be going for. I think Kimo said it earlier. Go to the body. Test the body, man.
Yeah.
See what he's got.
It's true, but then he's more exposed to the headshots, isn't it? That's the issue.
He has to take risks anyway, man. Regardless, this whole fight is one big risk for him.
That's true.
He's got to go all out. He can't outbox him. He has to fucking go for the KO. It's kill or be killed. That's what this fight is for him.
Can I know I'm sorry to drag this back to the Durrells, but I'm just going through his box rec, and he has beaten nobody. He's beaten. I don't think he's even beaten a C. He's beaten an E and a D. I see nowhere on that resume. I'm sorry, I might have to go to bed now.
Yeah.
Can I just play devil's advocate?
Go.
Nah, Leon, just
Yeah.
just before you go, Darrell beat Froch.
Yeah, good. I wish he had. But the thing that frustrates me, I wanted him to win. I wanted him to beat him in his hometown because you know what I feel about Froch, and he didn't. He bottle jobbed it. That frustrated me, and that's where my hate comes from.
Fair enough. I mean, I can't complain. He did run a lot.
Leon,
Yeah.
didn't you pick Aaron Martinez to beat Devon?
Yes, I did because Devon is a bum.
What happened? How did Devon lose?
He quit on himself. Much like Darrell.
He didn't quit. He just fought a really shitty fight.
Yeah, no, but what I mean, he just lost all kind of momentum and yeah, it was horrible to watch. He was just
He
stumbling.
weren't boxing like Devon.
No, he was stumbling around.
Yeah,
On chest to chest.
Hamada, his legs are gone. Okay? They're fucking gone.
So Devon weren't even boxing at least. Like I thought Devon would have boxed this guy.
He went toe to toe with a guy who can only go toe to toe.
Exactly. You don't go toe to toe with someone that you lose that. You have to fight your own fight. Oh, mate. And I stuck up for Devon on Monday as well.
He's done you like that.
Can't believe it. Aaron Martinez, you know.
Brook's next opponent.
I don't even think so. I don't even think they can. I don't think Han can bring Aaron Martinez over.
Too risky.
You know the funny thing is, just read on Twitter, I've been looking through Twitter. Someone actually said, yeah, if you look back now, when Porter and Brook fight, you'd think Porter won the fight because Porter has gone on to fight better opposition. You'd think Brooks had the tune-ups to rebuild.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, it's true.
But,
Amazing point. Amazing point. Especially because some people, or especially on this panel, are saying that Brook beat the crap out of Porter.
He did.
No, he didn't.
He won.
He loved him. That's what he did.
Won, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He won. You know when someone it wasn't his finest hour. It was just one of those where
He tied him up.
he did what he had to do.
But that's what the top fights at the elite level look like.
Exactly, I agree. I mean, if you're that good, there's fights where you have to follow a plan or you have to do certain things just to win. We've seen that with a lot of great fighters. You might not be at your best, but you find a way to pull the win out.
That's how you know it was a good win because Porter was competitive. If Brook just fucking knocked him out in 2 rounds, everyone would be saying that Porter was shit, which he wasn't.
Yeah, but it was a close fight because I remember watching it live, and then once I heard Brook get the decision, I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What? Brook just won? Really?" Like I saw Porter outworking him.
Same.
And then I watched it back the following day, and I saw a lot of Porter's punches were landing back of the head, back of the ribs, not the back of the ribs, sorry, the kidney areas. His punches had nothing on them, and Brook's punches were the cleaner and more eye-catching punches. And apparently, like, a lot of people like that were in the arena that day, like I saw some interviews post-fight with like people that were there. They were all saying Brook won it clear. Porter was terrible. So yeah, I think it's a legit win, but it wasn't as. I mean, you had Eddie Hearn coming on afterwards, saying he absolutely schooled him. You know, his Essex accent. That's nonsense.
Well, schooled him from the point that I can't remember a punch that Porter landed.
Nah, he did land punches on him. He did.
Can't remember any though.
He didn't land much clean. Everything he landed was when he got real close and was smothered and was throwing him off his shoulders and stuff like that.
Kev, your line's horrible. Just hang up on callback.
I just tried again. All right.
Brook's slick, that's why. You know, in his post-fight interview, he was saying, "You were a bit scarpy. I try to come across slick." You know how Brook talks.
Queen Khan's getting it.
That's slick, man. Come on.
He even tried. How can he say? I remember that post. He even said, Khan can go to the back of the queue now." Khan's right at the front of the queue, mate. What are you talking about? You're begging Khan for a payday.
Nah, man. Gavin was at the front of the queue at that time.
I can't believe how
The front of the queue to Greg's.
And I remember, yeah, people were talking about Brook saying if Brook beats Porter, his life is sorted, his whole career ahead of him. He's going to have huge paydays at welterweight, fighting the best in the world, and I like Brook, and it's just a shame that this is happening.
No, but Hamada, Brook's only asking for one fight with one guy. He's not chasing Mayweather, he's not chasing Pacquiao. Khan's fucking going all over the world, embarrassing himself, asking for Pacquiao now after fucking getting tired of chasing Floyd. He's still chasing Floyd. And he's chasing Pacquiao. These guys are fucking one step retired.
Yeah, but Khan is. Do you hear me any better?
Yeah.
Hear you perfect.
Yo, Khan is Brooks, Pacquiao, or Mayweather. That's his biggest money. He'll make more money fighting Khan than he would fighting Mayweather or Pacquiao.
And so would Khan. Let's not get it.
Understood. Khan makes more money fighting A side against Brook than B side against Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can understand Khan, because if Khan fights Brook and gets knocked out, which I think is going to happen, then that's it. Retirement.
And he's not that good, and it's boxing.
It's retirement. But if you lose to Manny or Floyd, you can always come back. Tim Bradley's done it. Algieri's done it. Everyone's come back. You're meant to lose against Manny and Floyd.
For the good of the sport, though, I mean, like that fight should have happened. That fight should happen.
Just Queen Khan. He doesn't want the chocolate brownie and his delicate whiskers.
Yeah. Delicate whiskers. Do you think after DeGale got all this money that Brook goes there next after next fight with Heyman?
I can see him going.
Why not, right? If I'm Brook's boy, I tell him, yo, DeGale just getting $3.5 million for fighting a washed up dude. Why don't you go?
What? $3.5 million?
That's the rumor. I don't know if it's true or not.
That can't be true, man.
I don't know.
I don't think that's true. I think that's ridiculous. Even by Heyman standards, that's ridiculous. Garcia and some of his major fighters don't make $3.5 million.
Yeah, but Hamada, don't forget this is in Canada and those fights are on pay-per-view.
Yeah, Kovalev made that to fight Pascal in Canada.
Yo, I want to quickly say something about that fight because I need to talk about Cam and Ari, man. You two should be ashamed of yourselves that you say that Butte is a good fight.
I agree. It's a terrible fight.
Seriously, there's a difference, by the way. You can say it's the best available fight, money wise. I agree with that. But saying it's a good defense, I'm sorry, guys. I was hearing that the other week, and I can't fucking believe you. I mean, the fact that Ari says it, I can understand because he just loves fucking DeGale. I mean, he's holding those nuts, but you, Cam, I don't understand it, man.
Let me hear it one time, Kimo. DeGale.
DeGale.
DeGale. Now, Kimo.
I mean,
Kimo,
go ahead, man. Defend yourself.
For a first fight, for a first defense, going away from home, fighting Butte, who has a decent record. He's lost to elite guys. I don't think that's a bad first defense, especially if you're getting paid well. Like, if you're getting paid peanuts, then you think, nah, fuck that shit. I'd rather fight at home.
But again, Cam, you're bringing money into it. You guys.
But money's a big part of the sport, Kimo.
No. But look, you guys were saying it's a good fight. You guys are saying it's a good defense.
For the first defense, it's not a bad fight. I could see a lot worse fights. I was predicting Porky Medina as a first defense in London.
I don't see a fucking difference.
And there's a big Kimo. There's a big difference between Porky Medina and Lucien Butte, man. Come on.
Butte is fucking shot, man.
Kimo, the problem is
done. What the fuck has he done? He just because you're making money. Okay, I get that aspect of it, but saying it's a good fight for DeGale, it's a shit fight. And by the way, you're not calling it a decent fight. You guys, quote unquote, call it good. Yeah.
Kimo, there's no one up there. There's no one in that division. It's a wasteland.
That's a different point, Leon. That's entirely different.
No, that has relevance to the point, though.
How do you choose?
No, because that means that you're settling for something. That's different than saying it's a good defense.
Because what Kimo's saying is, even if it's the best fight available, doesn't mean it's a good fight. It just means it's the best available.
Exactly.
All right, Kimo. You give me your alternative for a DeGale first defense.
That's not my point, my friend. That's not the point I'm making. I'm not saying he's the best available option. I'm not disagreeing with that part. But you and Ari were saying it's a good fight. It's not a good fight. It's a fucking shit fight.
No. They didn't say it was a good fight. They said it's a good first defense. Very two different things.
No, it's not a good first defense. It's not. And by the way, since when are we allowing guys to just take a good first defense just because people do that? I mean, I don't see that. That doesn't happen.
Kimo, the problem is in this climate of boxing, you get whoever Brook fought, you get Molina, like Wilder fighting Molina. Like, it's just what it is nowadays. People fight bums, and it's acceptable, and that's why the sport's dying.
Yeah, okay, but if Wilder does it, everybody shits on him. But now because DeGale does it, it's okay because we like DeGale? No, it's the same fucking shit.
But Wilder's done it consistently. Wilder did it until he got his title shot, had one good fight, and now he's back to fighting lower opposition. DeGale's fought decent people, so like you can kind of give him a pass for his first defense. It's not like he's been fighting. It's not like he's been fighting bums, then fought Durrell, and now he's going back to fighting bums.
Cam, I don't have an issue with the fight per se, but I have an issue with you two saying it's a good defense. That is what I have an issue with.
That's your personal opinion.
If you're going to say it's okay, I'm fine with that. But you guys, and especially Ari, we're hyping it up more than it is. This fight, I want to know the odds for it. Yeah, and then we'll talk about if it's a good fight, because it's a bullshit fight. He's going to beat the shit out of Boutte, and Boutte is shot to pieces.
Kimo, look, this is how I look at it. Cam and them lot's talking from a point of view in terms of like it making sense, it being a good first defense. Boutte's got a name, 10 defenses when he was champion, and all that. But the way I see it is, it's like, how would Boutte? I've been watching Boutte post Froch, and it's a mismatch of the highest order. This is what people don't understand. Once the girl lands a big shot on Boutte, he's gonna freeze like he normally does. He's gonna freeze. Like, I'll ask you that right now. Weigh it up percentage-wise. Boutte versus the girl.
Sorry, what? You're asking for odds or what?
Not odds, but let's say how you favor it in terms of, say, 90-10, 80-20. How would you favor
100-0.
Come on, Kimo, you're taking it to extreme, bro.
He doesn't have a fucking shot.
Nah, you're taking it to extreme. It's going to be a closer fight than that.
Nah, it's not even a close fight. Boutte is done. He's
fucking done.
Even if it's 8-4, it's never going to be 7-5 the other way. Boutte. There's no chance he ever wins the fight. Even if it's closer than expected, he's not winning.
The truth is, Boutte's a big puncher. Boutte can punch. He's got a good left hand, but Boutte's just gun shy and it's ridiculous. Boutte doesn't even let his hands go anymore. In that Pascal fight, he never threw no punches for 11 rounds. And then in the 12th round, Pascal said to him, I'm here, throw some punches. And then he was letting his hands go. Boutte is done. Boutte is finished. He's got, it's something mental with Boutte. That's what I think. I think Boutte is skilled. He's decent. Like, Boutte in his day before the Froch incident, he was looking good. He was knocking people out nice.
Against who though, Hamada?
Exactly, no, but he
against
Brian He passed the eye test. But obviously, we know Boutte's got a dodgy.
You know what? This fight isn't worth even talking about in this much detail. It's just the first defense.
Because Ari was going off at Lim the other day when I came off, and I was thinking, like, Lim's, if anything, Lim's right. Like, for the girl, it makes sense for him to fight Boutte. He's a name, etc., etc. And that makes sense. I understand that, but don't say it's a good fight, because it's not a good fight.
Exactly. That's the only point I want to make. If it makes financial sense, I would go down to Canada as well and make $3 million. I'm not saying that, but trying to make the fight more competitive than it actually is bullshit. Because it's not. It's going to be a one-sided beatdown, and the Canadians are going to be very depressed afterwards.
Okay. Who do you lot think wins that fight? Do you lot think? Because I think the girl knocks him out inside 6.
Yes, agreed.
No, I think that's the Gale on points. I think it's going to be a closer fight than you guys think. Like,
the girl's punching hard right now.
Who would have thought that? I know obviously punching power is different, but who would have thought Selby's going to go on points to Montiel? Not that many people. So, like, you know, that atmosphere in Canada, that might put the Gale off his game plan. He might have a shit night. You can't just think it's going to be a fucking one-sided beatdown.
On paper, it is.
I think. I understand Selby going this is because we know Selby's not a big puncher.
Oh, I understand that, but
so that could make sense. But I mean, unless something happens with the girl, I don't know what he makes the weight awful or something like that happens. I can't see Butte
No,
going
but
on more than
look
6
at
rounds.
De Gale's fight against Durrell. You know, he got an early knockdown and he took his foot off the accelerator, and then Durrell clawed his way back, and then the similar thing might happen in Canada. You don't know.
Nah, but Durrell dug deep in that fight.
He did. I gotta give him credit for that. I don't like the Durrells, but he fought with heart that fight.
Yeah,
That's
he
one of the
did.
few fights he did.
He dug
He
deep
did.
there.
Even
And let's be
Leon,
honest.
Leon, even you have to admit that he fought hard in that fight.
Failure.
Nah, but he dug
You're
deep,
a
man.
failure, and your brother's a bigger failure.
He dug
Yo,
deep
I
in
love.
that fight, man.
By the way, I love the Butte is a former champion argument. I mean that is just the fucking worst.
I think
What's his best win? Edison Miranda?
Who beats Edison Miranda though?
Who beats Edison Miranda?
Who beats
Come on, Cam.
No, it's
Okay.
it's a joke that you didn't get. It's okay.
This is too long on this fight now. You should have brought it back up, Kimo. Bad Kimo.
No. I had to get it
Bad
off my
Kimo.
chest, man. I felt bad for Lim because you guys were fucking gang up on him, and that shit was not right because he made a very fair point.
But it was me who brought it up. I'm fucking perplexed at all this. Because it was me who was arguing about it first, and then Lim just kind of took it on.
Can we make a promise here now?
Anyway.
And then? Can we make a promise now that we don't talk about this fight again until a week before?
Yeah.
I've not even given my opinion yet in fucking 2 weeks.
Go ahead, give your opinion.
I think Butte gets knocked out, but I think styles make fights. I think Butte has problems with pressure fighters like Cal Frotch and fucking who else has knocked him out? Andrade. Other guys have knocked him out. Pascal. So you know, fucking say what you want about De Gale, he's not got that style. He's slick. I think it's a late round TKO for De Gale, but it'll be close. I still think he's shot to pieces though.
You don't think once he takes a big shot, he's going to have flashbacks of Nottingham?
Yeah.
I don't think De Gale's power's all that.
Nah, the girl's punching hard right now, man.
I don't think he's got the power of a Pascal or a Frotch even.
He doesn't need it at this point, man. Butte is there for the taking.
Can we get out of this black hole, please?
Yeah, let's get out. Anyone got any final topics, or shall we get some final thoughts? Final thoughts it is.
Cam, wait.
Yes.
I need to talk about something, man.
Go ahead.
George, man.
Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself, Kimo. Even your
Kimo, back away, man. Back
even
away.
your avatar.
I need to say this, man.
Kimo, even your avatar on Mixler is still the George Groves avatar. You need to change that shit. It's haunting you.
And I've burned my shirt. I'm fucking done with it, man. I'm really disappointed in him.
Do you need any therapy, or you okay?
No, I'll get over it. I'll just jump on another bandwagon. That's what I always do, right?
And destroy someone else's career.
Yeah. I still got my boy Warrington as well, but
Nah, get off that bandwagon, man. I've jumped onto that, so you have to get off.
nah, I'm coming to Leeds, man. I told you. Come to Leeds.
Me and Kimo in Leeds.
Coalition meetup in fucking Leeds, man. I don't know.
I'll come to Leeds.
I couldn't think of a better location.
Ari can't come to Leeds because he's fucking dissed Leeds so many times.
He would be too cheap to pay for tickets anyway. But George, man, I'm officially done with it, man. I've defended this guy over like 3 world title shots, and it's not necessarily that he lost, but it's more of the whole attitude around it and the shit talking, and I don't know.
No. Let's have it right. It's about the loss. Losing to that last guy is unforgivable.
Yeah, but Ari, the thing about sorry, I called you Ari.
Whoa.
Leon.
Whoa.
If he went out on his shield and he would, stay in the ring and just, own up to it and wouldn't delete everything on social media and all that.
Right, yeah.
Like, it would be a bit less bitter for me. Like, it would still fucking suck, but like the whole attitude around it. And now that Paddy dumped him as well, like I find it quite strange that both his trainers have. What the fuck was that?
Daniel Lim.
No, that was true. But anyway, I find it strange that both of his trainers have dumped him, actually. That says maybe a lot about him and his ego. And, yeah.
Didn't George dump him though?
No.
he dumped
Paddy fucking. There's an interview on Eiffel TV where Paddy basically explained that, yeah, he was done with him and he ended things.
Paddy wants to concentrate with him and O'Kane.
Ja!
Why did Paddy really tell George Groves, I don't want to train you anymore? I thought it was Groves that left him.
You know what? I think he did it for his own good. He probably thought, I'm so shit, I'm not helping this guy, so I better just fucking get rid of him for his own sake.
Or maybe he just thought, he's going to get rid of me anyways, I might as well get rid of him first.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Be the dumper rather than the dumpy.
Yeah, that's what he said on the interview.
Yeah, but he also said that he decided already kind of before the fight that if he would lose, then he would end things. So
I can't believe you dragged us back into this hellhole, Kimo.
I always had the impression that he was a yes man.
Leon, this shit is deep in me, man. Come on.
Oh, it hurts so much. I'm just such a bum now.
It's George, man. Come on. I just needed to get that off my chest, man. So the chapter is officially finished, and I'm moving on, man.
You have to change your avatar, though. Come on.
Yeah, okay, Cal, I'll change it.
Right,
I'll put the coalition logo there.
Yeah, man.
Chat.
Yo, listen, quickly before we go, I got a shit on Joe Morgan, man. Where is he today? He was awful loss on Monday when he came on. He was awful. He was
enjoy this call.
I like Joe Morgan. I like him, but he was awful, man.
That lightweight list.
He's trying. What did he say? He said, Flanagan's not that good.
Yeah. No, but he said he was a beast, and then 2 minutes later said he wasn't that high on him. So I don't know.
I think he was trolling a bit.
Oh yeah, I hope he was trolling for his own sake.
We've got no time for trolls on this platform.
Yeah, it was quite bad. I thought Rob Palmer was good. I'll give a shout out to Rob Palmer.
Yeah, boy. Just because you're friends with him on Facebook, that's why, innit?
Yeah, Rob Palmer, my boy, man. Shout out, Rob.
All right.
Did you like his comments on Ski Mask's dad?
Oh yeah, he said he's good looking.
Top 10 most handsome men he's ever met. Quote.
He's from Enfield, so that's not surprising.
Wait, but Buglioni's from there, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, Buglioni's in the top 10 for him.
All right, should we get some final thoughts and get out of here?
Yeah, it's good. It's all good.
All right, Hamada, any final thoughts?
Nah, just I'm blessed.
All right, thank you. Leon, any final thoughts?
Yeah, we can't do chemo specials on Friday nights anymore. My wife is raging at me. That's move on.
I'll have to discuss it with Kimo if we can move the day just for you.
He is raging.
All right, cheers, Leon. Chu, any final thoughts?
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Thank you. And last but not least, my boy Kimo. Any final thoughts?
I'm just looking forward to some knockouts, man. It's going to be a good weekend, and I missed you bums, man. It's been a while, so I'm happy we did the show again. Good stuff.
Can we expect a Kimo special before Canelo Cotto?
Oh, 100%. I am going to be pumped for that shit. And hopefully Lim will be on as well.
Excellent.
Be mindful, Kimo.
Be very mindful.
I will be very mindful.
We have to do a special for Joshua White as well.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. Dude, with
Bad intentions.
Dude, there's probably gonna be like 5 All Access specials from Sky Sports about Joshua, man. So I don't mind even doing a special in each episode, man.
Sold out in half a day.
Tell these people there's nothing wrong with Joshua getting entrances on his fights right now.
Oh, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. The more hype, the better. Bring it.
Exactly. Let him know.
Sky's brilliant.
That's fine. Joshua's a beast. That's why he's a beast.
And by the way, what you said about the tickets, man. Poof, the guy's going to be a huge seller if he keeps winning.
Oh, he already is. He sold, I think, 9 or 10,000 against Cornish. I mean, the Joshua is going to become a worldwide star soon. You'll see it.
You know, I think Cornish brought a lot of fans as well.
Oh, shit. No, but Hamada, honestly, man, like if you think about it, if Joshua keeps winning, and you get the as long as Heyman doesn't snatch him up, like if Sky hype train gets behind him, it's gonna be big, man. It's gonna be fucking big. I mean, that's gonna be the second coming.
But he's making more money than he's potential to make more money than Heyman can offer him. I think on his own.
He can make the amount of money he can make. Like he can only make that over here, selling out big stadiums.
And then he'll go over there and snatch up Wilder.
And look, he's bringing these much fans in, and he's not even a world champion yet.
It's heavyweights, man. This is what heavyweights do, man.
If he becomes a world champion, he'll be able to do a Wembley fight every summer for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. I could totally agree.
Yeah.
Against the right opponent.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Quickly before we go, Tony's asked us a question, and Tony's in the chat week in, week out, man. So I got to, just
what Bellews?
Yeah, Tony Bellew in the chat. I got to give him props. He's always there. So I'll ask the question. Predictions for Turiano Johnson versus Eamon O'Kane. Me personally, I've seen Turiano Johnson quite a few times, but I don't really think I've seen Eamon O'Kane that many. So it's hard to say. I'd probably go for like mid stoppage. Anyone want to add anything?
But mid stoppage who?
For Johnson.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything of that Irish guy, man. I just know that Paddy trains him. That's all I know. So, I guess Toriano by default.
Anyone else?
I've got... Sorry, when you go, Liam.
No, you go first.
I've got Eamon O'Kane winning just for that reason. Paddy Fitzpatrick's training.
You, Leon?
I've got O'Kane by brutal knockout.
You're joking, or are you being serious?
I'm serious. He beats him.
Nice.
And
Isn't this like an eliminator? Eliminator of some sort?
This is eliminator for Triple G IBF, I think. Well, yeah, the IBF Triple G Lemieux belt.
Can I give my prediction?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go for a draw since I know nothing about both of them.
Nice.
And there's a lot more draws happening in boxing. You don't need to be aware of it. A lot more.
Be mindful.
Please be mindful. Yeah.
Kev, you got any prediction for Turiano Johnson versus Eamon O'Kane? Kev just...
I don't really know the guy. I can't really... I would think Johnson's going to beat him, probably decision, outworking him. Putting him... Ugly fight, putting him up against the ropes.
Yeah, that's
not throwing him.
That's what Johnson does, isn't it? That pressure.
Yeah, he puts you up against the ropes, he outworks you. He throws wild punches, and I don't know this guy enough to think that he is enough to keep Johnson off of him. Because I know Johnson's a tough guy. I've heard stories about him in the gym and stuff like that, so I don't know anything about the other guy. I feel if the other guy was any good, one of us would know anything about him.
That's a good point.
Oh, did you see that fucking O'Connor getting knocked out? Did you see that knockout?
That was brutal, man.
That's probably one of the...
No wonder why Paulie was going to fight that guy. Even he had a chance of a knockout.
That's exactly what I thought.
That's probably one of the knockouts of the year.
So far, yeah.
Along with Liam Smith, the Beast.
No, I'm not having that.
What do you mean you're not having that? That was a nice knockout, man.
Nah. Canelo versus Kirkland is up there as well.
Yeah, that's definitely
Cam, can I ask you something? What's the meaning behind his nickname, Beefy? Like, what is that about?
Apparently, when he was a kid, he was a bit fat, so he was a fat one, so they call him Beefy.
That's a pretty cool name. Dude, you gotta love the Smith family, man. They're a bunch of warriors.
They're a bunch of knobheads.
They're a bunch of keyboard warriors.
Hamada, man. Paul Smith also won a world title now, didn't you hear?
Mate, if Paul Smith wins a world title.
No, he said that, man. He said, just because Liam won a world title, I feel like I've won a world title. We've all won world titles now.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Such a massive bum, isn't he?
What a knobhead, man.
Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. I don't think your brothers even like you.
Leon, it's crazy how Paul Smith has taken over Froch's reign of being the most hated boxer in Britain now.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it?
It's always super middlemates, isn't it?
It's crazy. I think I hate Paul Smith more than Tony Bellew.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Honestly, I can't.
Bellew is at least funny sometimes.
Like, you can tell Bellew is just an act. But Paul Smith, you can just tell he's just a real dickhead.
The funny thing is, they're both from Liverpool as well.
I'm not saying
I like
anything.
Bellew. I think Bellew cracks me up. I think Ahmad is right. I do think it is a little bit of an act. Because like I said, when he came over here, everybody, after he left, he kept touch with everybody. He shoots people messages and stuff, and he's pretty straight up. But in the media, of course, he talks shit about, I was just beating everybody down. So I just think it's an act.
Cage, what's your thoughts on Paul Smith?
I don't have any. Put it that way. What's to say?
If you had Sky Sports, I mean, you'd probably.
Yeah, I don't know anything about his antics.
You guys need to stop hating on Gallagher, though, eh? Home of champions, man.
Okay, can we end the show now, Cam?
Sir Joe.
That's it.
You guys are haters, man. Seriously.
All right, boys. I want to thank all you guys on the show today. Thank everyone in the chat, and thank everyone that downloads the show week in, week out. We'll be back on Monday. Peace.
You just listened to the Boxing Coalition.
Oh, dude, man, I love boxing. I fucking love boxing.
A big shout out to the Boxing Coalition.
You're a newbie.
No, I ain't new, man.
If my fucking next door neighbour became the number one flyweight in the world, you know what I'd do? I'd fucking walk past the cunt.
Derek, how you doing, bro?
I was physically banging, blood.
I disagree.
First time I hear the show, man, it was fucking badass.
Vamos Argentina, la concha de su madre.
I see the bomb in them.
I get home and she's like, what the fuck? Me and the kid are here. Why don't you get home and talk to us? I'm like, man, you guys don't know shit about boxing.
Kell, how does it feel to be the new IBF champion?
Feels great.
Do we really dive into the black hole right off the jump?
I think he's hiding glass.
Just to play devil's advocate.
You want one portion of crow or two portions of crow?
Give me 2 portions with a supersized fries and a large drink, please.
I can't stand him, what? I'm Scottish.
Cringe side?
But you won't rush Anthony fucking fat ass Joshua, would you?
He's not fat.
How about you tell us what you weigh for your final thoughts?
My weight?
Thank you for listening to the Boxing Coalition. We are live every Monday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. UK time, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern.